Alright, what's up everybody? Alright, okay, so where are we? Oh yeah, that's the scene. Okay, let's get on with Snatcher, shall we? Hopefully everything's all good. How you all doing? Where's the MegaCD thing? It's this. Can keep going past it, there it is. MegaCD. Alright. Sega. Right, okay, so it's a disc. Snatcher US. Sulfies. Right. Ding 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 ding. Of course, they just had to make this thing 3D just to make it look cooler. Anyway, how are you all doing this evening? Gabra, Klubers, Sword Farm? People lurking? Gonna try and finish Snatcher tonight. I don't know how much we've got left though. All I know is we've left it at the point where we are in the police station, or the Snatcher headquarters, Snatcher Hunter headquarters, whatever you call it. And shit's about to go down. So we're in Act 2. 6 hours and 42 minutes played. Fucking shit ton of saves already. Oh, long weekend, nice. We actually don't have our long weekend until next week, I think. Yeah, I need to check that because I know we've got the Queen's Jubilee. I think it might be next week actually. So yeah, which means that we've got like 2 days off. It's a Thursday and Friday, and then we've got the weekend obviously. So I'm actually on a 4-day weekend, which is kind of nice. Yeah, we came back to the headquarters via taxi, so that's where we've left it off. Apparently, the chief is a snatcher, so we need to do something about that. I don't know how long we've got, basically, so depending on how quickly we've plowed through this, I might actually do something else, like play a little bit of something else, depending on what I've got on the MiSTer, so yeah. Anyway. Drop out only, yeah. Okay, go. Okay, so we're at Junker headquarters, and bad things have happened apparently. Hopefully about 3 hours. I mean, 3 hours is more than enough, I think. Look. It appears that something attacked this place. The shutter on the reception booth is closed. Where did Mika go? This is the protective shutter for the reception booth. It is automatically lowered in times of danger. Hello? Anybody home? The emergency light is flashing on the door check panel. The headquarters has been put on emergency status. Oh, you got Ascension Day, yeah? Nice. Yeah, I mean, if it's a national holiday, isn't it? So it's a day off. That's the nice thing about it. That our Queen's Jubilee is like, I think, next week. So basically, we have a 4-day weekend starting from Thursday, which means I don't really have to do jack shit next week, which is nice. But I do know I'm starting a new major project. It's going to be a long-term one as well. So it's going to be minimum of 6 months on the project, sole focus. It's going to be design system related as well, which is nice. So it'll be interesting, but I don't start that until the actual proper beginning of the month, which will probably be not next week, but the week after, given that we've got the 2-day Jubilee. So that should be interesting. So, yeah, emergency light is flashing on the door check panel. Investigate area. There are a few holes in the shield, no doubt caused by blast or a cannon fire. Yeah, I work from home anyway, so it's like neither here nor there for me. It's kind of annoying though because I'd like to go out and do stuff, but whatever. Unfortunately, I do have to look after dog most of the time though, but it's fine. She keeps me company. As a side note though, I'm actually going to be hanging out with my cousin this Saturday, so I'm not going to be streaming at all this Saturday. So depending on if I can be bothered tomorrow, which may possibly be no, the only stream I'll be doing this week will be Friday, which will probably be might be thinking about doing another Windows XP Shmups Archaeology on Friday. And Sunday is more than likely going to be day one for Policenauts on Sega Saturn. So Saturday I'm going to be chilling out, and Thursday, like tomorrow, I might actually chill out as well. Might play a little bit of Destiny too, I don't know. What's up, Mutmut? How's it going? Good evening. Just chilling in the tub and playing some Snatcher on SegaCD. Right. Then it's Snatchers who did this. Okay. Yeah, Frith was playing Draenus. I know James was playing Janus. James was playing Draenus yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I think it was probably yesterday. It looks really good, but he says it's quite easy, which for most people it's probably going to be about right, I would think. Any game that James says is too easy is more than likely going to be just about right for a lot of people, I think, in terms of difficulty, so yeah. But it looks good, like the quality is amazing on it. Surface of the shutter shows evidence of having been struck by fire from an energy weapon. Read motion, something is in the booth. Been locked from the inside. The only way to open it is from inside the booth. Kidding, we have to open this somehow. Okay, look. Booth. Can this be opened from outside? It has an emergency external connection port, then it can be opened from the outside. Too thick. Mel, find this external connection jack. Yes, you should. I mean, that's a nice thing about having a MiSTer as well, is that it's got both console and arcade stuff on it, and I can plug it into the TV downstairs if I want to. That way it's nice and portable, and I can do whatever the hell I want whenever I want. It's quite nice. And with the cores coming out now, there's some really good stuff, like the Cave stuff has come out recently, especially Gowange, CPS2 and CPS1, Neo Geo. There's apparently going to be PGM hardware, which means that we're going to get some more Cave stuff, as well as the Chinese scrolling beat 'em ups, like whatever they're called, the ones that McCaw seems to love the most. Using an arcade stick is just practice, really. I mean, you get used to it. It's more comfort than anything else. If you're more comfortable using a controller, then by all means use that. If you're more comfortable using a joystick, then by all means use that. I think at the end of the day, it just depends on what you feel comfortable using. I see a lot of people attempting to move to joystick and not really liking it because it's not for them. And it's quite an expensive outlay to actually use a joystick, because you have to buy it, obviously, and then there's parts and things like that, and maintenance, etc, etc. Here we are. I've located an emergency external connection port. It's a USB port, is it? On the side of the booth. With this, I will be able to open the shutter. USB jacking. Investigate. Okay, open shutter. Now plugging into with emergency external connection port. Grammar, please. Oh my god. Did no one proofread this stuff when they released it? Releasing lock mechanism. Now opening the shutter.
Alright, I'm going to open it, but please use extreme caution. Anything could be inside.
Thunderbolt port. Oh, it's Mika.
Mika! Mika, are you alright? Metal, how is she?
Her pulse is normal. The only external injuries are to her forehead, and they are not serious. There's been no significant blood loss.
What's up, G?
Mika, come on, snap out of it. It's me, Gillian.
Gillian? Gillian.
Mika, what happened?
Gillian, the chief. The chief is a Snatcher.
So he's finally shown his true colors.
Harry's...
What's happened to Harry?
Harry put me in the pod and sealed the main door. He locked the Snatcher in.
Quickly undress her.
Not even the Snatcher can get through this shield.
So where's Harry?
He said keep the door sealed no matter what happens in there. And then he went in. Gillian, please help him.
Harry! Mika, open the door. I'm going in. Metal, we're going in. Be careful. That Snatcher could be hiding anywhere.
Yes, sir.
He's not Takuya. Damn right he's not
Please be
Takuya.
careful. The chief is very cunning. Don't let your guard down.
Don't worry, I'll watch myself in there.
Oof. We're in the main hallway. What's this? Someone is down? Aha, Harry! F in the chat for Harry.
Harry!
Well, that's the Japanese version for you, isn't it?
Is that you? I'm getting old. Just look at me.
What happened?
I saw the chief messing with your turbocycle. And that weird picture in his office.
Metal, how is he? Metal!
I do not wish to say.
Really that bad, huh?
Gillian, when I confronted him about what I saw, he showed me what he really was. I was barely able to even scratch him.
That's enough, Harry. I understand. Metal, is there anything we can do for him?
Gillian, I'm sorry.
Harry, you'll be okay. It doesn't look like you're hurting too bad. This'll work out perfect. You always were working too hard anyway. Why don't you take a nice long vacation somewhere and rest up?
Yeah, sure. Nice try, Gillian, but it's my body. I know I ain't gonna make it. You were a good kid, Gillian.
Harry!
I don't know how to say this right, but I've always had a special feeling about you. I've always had trouble talking to people since I was little, like my father. What I can remember of him.
Pulse and blood pressure falling.
Harry, hang in there. You and I were gonna go out and tie one on, remember?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. You, me, and Jean, the three of us.
But John is...
Metal, quiet!
Gillian, I've lived my life alone. I didn't know my parents or family. Always so stubborn, glued to my research. I never really trusted anybody. That was a mistake.
Blood pressure
Rip.
continuing to fall.
Harry?
After Jean died, I felt it. Human warmth, companionship.
I know what you mean.
Gillian, I just wanted to get along with everybody. I don't need no Nobel Prize. For 50 years, I've been searching, trying to find something I lost. Looks like I'll never find it now.
Gillian, he's about...
Looks like I've been talking too much. It's up to you now, Gillian. I'm finished. You won't forget this, old grouch, will you?
Harry!
Don't die, Harry!
Gillian, you've got to believe in yourself. You're the last junker.
Harry! Harry!
Rip.
Pulse 0. Pupils are dilated.
Cunningham! No! Snatcher! I'll get you for this!
We have no time for grieving. That Snatcher is still hiding somewhere here in headquarters.
Metal.
It's up Jersey
Listen
Saw.
to me. If that Snatcher gets me, you've got
Apparently
to
we're
get
just gonna
me
leave his
right.
body like that as well.
Got to blow up Junker headquarters. Blow it sky high. You understand me?
Yes, sir. I just hope it doesn't come to that. So, where should we start our search?
Khan, what's up? Good evening. Alright, so I want to go to the shooting range first. No. Okay, so let's go to engineering first. Engineering. Is there anything here that might be useful? Snatcher does not seem to be around. Enter combat music. Yeah, the animation budget does have its limits. You could read some of it up in Wikipedia, but I would stop. If I remember what Wikipedia's entry looks like, you should probably stop after the second paragraph, maybe. Either that, or you can probably stop watching this and go and watch the first 2 VODs and catch yourself up, because it's a pretty good story, actually. It's a really interesting story. Very good game as well, actually. It's worth playing. Yeah, it's probably easier if you just watch the VODs, though. Snatcher does not seem to be around. Search. Behind the work table. Well, the only place one could hide in this room is here, right? Well, check it out now. Are you ready? No Snatchers here. Okay, cool. Well, check it out now. Are you ready? What? Oh, sorry, nothing there. Yeah, it's... One puzzle is kind of whack, but if you've seen people play before, then it makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, the story itself is actually very good. Well, check it out now. Are you ready? Sorry, nothing here. Okay. Motion detector. Pick up any motion and engineering metal. I don't read any movement. We are the only ones in the area. Ceiling fan is the only thing moving. Thanks, metal. Yeah, it's a Kojima game, so it does have a lot of story. There's bits in the game where you have his typical overblown exposition, but for the most part, it's actually quite good. So there's no complaints there. So I'm actually quite keen to see what Policenauts is going to be like, actually, because that's supposedly got a really good story as well. And I think it's longer than this by quite a lot. Which should be pretty good. I mean, I think Policenauts was originally a PC 98 game or something. Yeah. Let's not go to the Chief's room yet. Let's go to the computer room. I'm purposely avoiding the Chief's office for a second. Computer room. Look, don't see the Snatcher. Search. Right now investigating. No Snatchers here. Alright, now investigating. Snatchers here. Snake! Register any motion here in the computer room, metal? We're the only ones registering on my motion detector. Here we go. Go to the shooting range. This is the shooting range. Look, I don't see the Snatcher. Search. With shadows, there's a good chance it's hiding in here somewhere. Alright, I'll check it out now. Please be careful. Nothing unusual here. Yeah, there's some things that you couldn't check though, which is weird. I'll check it out now. Are you ready? No Snatchers here. Maybe changed into Mika and left already. Maybe. Alright, I'll check it out now. Please be careful. No Snatchers here. Okay. Motion detector. How about motion in the shooting range? Reading anything? There is no reading. My movement sensor is functioning properly. Alright, so there's nobody here then. We'll go Chief's room. This is the Chief's office. Okay, so look. Snatcher does not seem to be around. What, in a place like this? Alright, I'll check it out now. Please be careful. What? Oh, sorry, nothing here. Under the sofa? Maybe. Alright, I'll check it out now. Please be careful. Nothing unusual there. Under the desk? Alright, check it out now. Please be careful. What? Oh, sorry, nothing here. There's no reading. My movement sensor is functioning properly, even though you said it wasn't functioning before. Frickin' Metal Gear. check there. Let's check there. Nothing there when we check. Okay, so there's nobody here. Declaring. Snatcher does not seem to be around. Nothing unusual there. Right now investigating, nothing unusual there. Nothing unusual there. Nothing on the motion. Yep. No reading. Movement sensor. The movement sensor is functioning properly. Okay. So beat the chiefs, beat this. Let's go to the detective's room. It's in the locker, isn't it? Look, Snatcher does not seem to be around. Hang on, let me check the motion. Any motion readings in the detective's room? I don't read any movement. We are the only ones in the area. Just to be absolutely sure, on the locker. Checking the locker. Sorry, nobody there. And the front desk. No Snatchers there. Bar desk. What? Oh, sorry, nothing there. Yeah, nothing. I don't read any movement. We are the only ones in the area. Okay. Save it before anything else happens. Yes, I would. Right, so move to... There's, pop back in the computer room and then the... Something just pops its head up. Don't see the Snatcher. Nope. Nothing here. Nope. Nothing here. Nope. It was the same Gillian. There's no reading. My movement sensor is functioning properly. He's probably gone, hasn't he? Go to the shooting range and then to the hallway. This is the shooting range. Snatcher does not seem to be around. See it? Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing in the motion yet. He's probably gone then, I guess. Go to the hallway. We're in the main hallway. I've checked all the rooms. Where could it be? Let's go through all the rooms one more time. Fuck. Alright. Here we go again. What's this? There's something on the desk. Oh! Wait a minute. Blood dripping from the ceiling. Some kind of stain on the desktop. It's blood. There was no stain like this a few moments ago. Here's the blood is dripping from the ceiling. Why don't we investigate the ceiling? Okay, look up please. What the fuck? Cunningham!
The lighting control system has been destroyed. Distance to motion readings increasing.
Is he trying to run?
Motion readings have vanished.
You got past me this time, Snatcher.
Headquarters emergency lighting has been activated.
Can we find him again?
We should go after him immediately.
We'll find him. We know he's somewhere inside headquarters.
The Snatcher has been wounded. We should look for traces of blood.
Okay, so search. Snatcher's blood trail continues out the door. Okay, so move to engineering. Oh, the fucking lights are making it hard to see. Bloodstain. Don't see any evidence of blood anywhere. That Snatcher's wounded. There must be blood somewhere. Okay. Not here. Go to the detective's room. It was blood. This is the detective's room. Okay, so search for bloodstain. Don't see any evidence of blood anywhere. Snatcher's wounded. There must be blood somewhere. Search locker. Nope, nobody there. Okay, cool. So there's nothing in here then. Where should we go? Computer room? Search for bloodstain. Don't see any evidence of blood anywhere. It's funny, I was pretty sure that I at least winged him. I think we closed them on the way out. Shooting range. Search for bloodstain. Not locating any signs of blood. Okay, so search with shadows. Nope, nothing. Inside booth. Nope, nothing. Above booth. Nothing. Nope. Bloodstain. No traces of Snatcher blood in the area. Okay. Sure hope you're right. Okay, so Chief's office again. Chief's office. Search. Bloodstain. Snatcher's blood trail continues out the door. Okay. It's gotta be around somewhere, right? Engineering room. Nothing under the table? Nothing? Nothing? What's in? Yeah, you can't practice though, so that doesn't count at all. Yeah, so where is it? Is it in the hallway maybe? Where's it hiding? There's no way for it to get out of headquarters. There's still some rooms we haven't checked. Really? Front? We've checked and double checked everywhere else. Let's go take a look.
The main door has been opened. Did Mika open it?
Wait, Mika's not in the pod. What happened?
The lighting has been disconnected.
Don't move, Seed.
Cunningham, is that you?
I read motion. He is definitely in here.
Where are you? Show yourself.
I'm right here. I don't need to run or hide from you.
Mika!
No, Gillian, don't move. It's a trap.
A hostage? You cowardly scum! Mika, why did you open the entrance?
I don't know. I was really scared. I mean, the emergency light's coming on so suddenly.
Seed, go ahead and shoot. But you'd better be a pretty good shot, or this kid goes home in a bag.
Shoot, Gillian. Kill this thing. Don't worry about me.
Mika!
What are you going to do?
I have you now, Junker.
Dude. God damn it. Oh, that's how it works, okay. No, I need to shoot him in the head.
The Snatcher's functions have been terminated.
Mika, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Thank you.
Harry? I got him. Random? Sorry it took so long, but This ought to make us even.
Junker? You may have stopped me, but it's not over yet.
Gillian, this is just resistant feedback. Its power levels are dropping rapidly.
Queen's Hospital was nothing more than a maintenance facility. We have comrades operating throughout the city, more than you can imagine. Now our plans will move into Phase 2. For that, we will enlist the help of Professor Lorraine. Your existence is meaningless, as long as you don't get your memory back.
What's up, batteries? Junker.
My memory? Comrades? Professor Lorraine?
Harry! Why? Please tell me. Why do so many good people have to die?
Mika.
This is
No,
all
we haven't had an
wrong.
explanation for that yet.
Mika, don't
It's
worry.
just that they're
I won't let
trying.
anybody else die. I've made a promise to Harry and Random. But the city is still full of Snatchers. This fight is just beginning.
This fight is just beginning.
Gillian, I have an urgent video call from Jamie. I'll connect you.
Gillian, I've got my memory back. I remember everything.
Your memory. So what about us, Jamie? Who are we?
Gillian, it's terrible. What we've done.
Jamie, what's wrong?
I can't tell you something like this over the video phone. I would have been better off never remembering.
Okay, Jamie, calm down. I'll head out right now. Where are you? Is it snowing?
I'm sorry, Gillian. I can't tell you. They've taken our boy hostage.
Our boy? Who?
Professor Modner is here too.
Jamie, what are you talking about?
I'm so sorry.
Snatcher!
Gillian!
We have Professor Lorraine. We only require her cooperation for a short period here at the Kremlin. So for now, I suggest you avoid doing anything foolish. Professor Seed.
Oh, I guess that answers that then. What's up, Toxot? Professor Seed, huh? Interesting. Also, end of Act 2. I'd like to save. Yes, I would. Yeah, so interestingly enough, the original versions of this game never actually had Act 3. Yeah, that's what I heard from Anne. The MSX version didn't actually have Act 3, it only had Act 1 and 2, so the game technically ended at this point. Save completed. Let's go. Act 3, here it is. Interesting, only half an hour to actually get to the end of Act 3. Could have actually done that yesterday.
With the start of this year's Kyoto Summit just 3 hours away, the delegates from the participating countries are beginning to arrive at the conference center. A major poll of domestic and international opinion, carried out just last week, shows that the vast majority of respondents favor a complete quarantine of Neo Kobe as a means to combat the risk of the Snatcher menace.
Now that the Chief's death has been confirmed, it won't be long before they strip us of our Junker authorization.
They will be deciding how to handle Neo Kobe
God.
at the summit in just 3 hours.
There are rumors that they're going to use nukes on the city to make sure the Snatchers are wiped out.
That's ridiculous. Come on, this is the 21st century.
That may not be as improbable as it seems. The world's leaders are extremely concerned about the Snatcher problem.
The Chief was going to calm this hysteria in his speech at the summit, but that'll never happen now.
3 months ago, government pressure on Junker operations increased dramatically. Gillian's transfer here was really our last chance.
Our own chief was snatched. It's not too surprising they don't want to trust us anymore.
I've heard that the Army and FBI are going to take over operations now.
That's correct. That too will be officially decided in 3 hours' time.
3 hours, eh? Is there any way we can find their hideout in that time?
If we don't, we and everybody else in this city are finished.
As far as they're concerned, we're just like a cancerous tumor that has to be cut out.
We have to hit the Snatcher's headquarters before then.
Gillian, can you do it?
If we only knew where it was, I should be able to manage something.
Hitting their outposts like Queen's Hospital won't do any good. We have to find their main nerve center.
What about the memory of that Snatcher who was impersonating the chief?
Just like the others, it was completely blanked. It's a form of self-destruct mechanism that they use.
Wait a minute. Metal, what about tracing that video phone call from Jamie?
It was no good. The call didn't last long enough. Still, it definitely did come from within the city.
Damn. Where are they hiding?
Gillian, can't you remember anything at all?
Nope.
Didn't Jamie say something that implied you were somehow connected to the Snatchers?
Yep.
Nothing. I can't remember a damn thing.
Time to start banging your head off a wall then.
Tell me everything you know about me. Why was I sent to Junker headquarters? Where did I come from?
Gillian.
Metal, the chief's dead. Tell me everything you know about me.
Well, you see...
Metal!
All right. With the chief gone, you are the highest ranking officer here.
You knew all along?
Of course.
Where were we rescued from?
3 years ago, you and Jamie were taken into protective custody in the Siberian Neutral Zone by the 17th Siberian Investigative Force. More precisely, you were discovered in cryogenic sleep pods in an underground bunker near Moscow.
Cryogenic sleep pods? You mean they were frozen?
This is a photograph of the bunker. There is no record of when you were placed there. In addition, the third pod was empty at the time you were discovered.
There were 3 pods?
You were revived and taken into custody by the Army. Apparently, as a result of the extended sleep, both of you suffered from complete amnesia. However, another theory suggests your memories may have been intentionally erased. This is the only piece of evidence found at the site.
That's Harry's picture from when he was a kid.
So
That's correct.
Jamie and
Harry is
Gillian.
Gillian and Jamie's son. It's been confirmed by DNA tests.
Harry? Harry was my son?
The face. That's a good face.
Gained from the photo, it was established that you are Gillian Seed and your wife, Jamie Lorraine. Both of you are American citizens, born in the late 1960s.
The 1960s?
In addition, both of you vanished without a trace in 1989. There is no other information available about you after that.
Jimbo's wild ride.
You come from a world that's been gone for 50 years.
But what does that have to do with the Snatchers?
When the 17th Special Investigative Force was bringing the two of you out, there was an accident. Though the two of you were all right, most of the 17th was killed. One of them was a Snatcher. Of course, before their departure, they all underwent thorough examinations. So, if one of them was snatched...
It had to be somewhere in Siberia, right?
That's correct. And in order to attempt to determine the origin of the Snatcher, as well as your true identities, you were assigned to Junker headquarters. The hope was that exposure to the Snatchers would help you regain your memories.
Moscow? 50 years ago?
Almost everyone who was in Moscow at the time was killed in the catastrophe.
So Gillian and Jamie are the only living witnesses?
Harry was my son. Did he know?
No, it was highly classified information. He was never told.
I was never able to do anything for him.
You've only known him for like 2 days.
Jamie said something about taking a boy hostage.
That's right. They must know about Harry and are using him to threaten her.
We have to find their headquarters quickly.
We've only got 3 hours.
Gillian,
Yeah, and you spent 2 hours just talking about
we
this.
may get some kind of a hint out of it.
You're right. There may be some clue in the way they're operating.
All right, let's go over what we know about them.
First of all, what's the Snatcher's weak point? It's the thing on the head. Actually, the weak point is ultraviolet rays. Oh, it's one of these quizzes again, isn't it? Ultraviolet rays. I think. Yes, the weak point is the defective artificial skin. Long-term exposure to ultraviolet rays causes mutations in the melanocytes in the stratum basale of the skin, which becomes cancerous. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Bender. Specifically, long ultraviolet rays in the 250 to 350 nanometer range is responsible for causing the cancer. That's right, and that's the reason that they're so limited as to when they can be out. They only come out at night in the middle of the winter and wear sunscreen even then. It's the method that John used to figure out what the Snatchers were up to. How ironic, it turns out the destruction of the ozone layer actually had a benefit for us humans. That's right. Now what method were they using to move and be able to avoid ultraviolet rays and sunlight at the same time? It's underpass. Turbo cycle. Black taxi. Underpass. That's right. They were using the abandoned tunnels of the old tube liner system to get from place to place. That's how they're able to move around without being noticed. It's a quiz section, yeah. The highway, Nielsen's apartment, the old factory, Queen's Hospital, all of their hideouts were connected by the tube liner. So maybe there is a tunnel under their main base as well? It's a good chance of that. Next, what phenomenon was always observed at any location where Snatchers appeared, including the underground tunnels? Sneeze. Hiccup. Cough. Yawn, yeah. Sneeze. Is this the phenomenon you're talking about? That's right. And what was the cause of the sneezing? COVID-19. Cold. Dust. Smoke. Should put pollen in there as well just to really confuse people. They've got hay fever. Not only do they have defective skin, they've also got hay fever. Snow 9. This is the reason for the sneezing. You're correct, the sneezing was caused by the presence of the allergen Snow 9. Snow 9 is an artificial form of pollen developed by the military, and its presence is limited to certain regions. They were using it to interfere with radio transmissions and keep people away. They probably were producing it intentionally themselves. The only regions of the city where Snow 9 is still present are areas around the Eno River. It has been cleared out of other areas because of the danger it presents. Yep, well there's your pollen. So that means that their base must be somewhere near the Eno River, right? That's a fair conclusion. They are probably somewhere near the Eno River, protected by the Snow 9. Accessible to the tube liner and near the Eno River. And we must not forget that the 3 photographs that we found the Snatchers with, all of them are related to the Soviet Union before the catastrophe. Yeah, it's probably the snow in the video, yeah. Map on the wall of Nielsen's apartment. I mean, if you look at the map, there's a big red dot right there, next to the river. That's clearly where it is, right? That has to be where it is, right? Picture of the temple in the director's office at the Queen's Hospital. The photo of Red Square hidden in the chief's office. Why do the Snatchers keep pictures and memorabilia like this? Probably because they're big fans of Mother Russia. Maybe they're homesick? Maybe that's where that came from. Homesick? Get serious, Mika, the robots, you know. Analyze this a little closer. What city is related to all 3 of these pictures? Tokyo. Russia is not a city. New York. Moscow. The Moscow process. London. Yeah, well, probably. Moscow. It's a city you have in common. Gotta mirror the map and lay it over Disney World first. What's up, high winds? It's correct, it's Moscow. Moscow must be where they came from. That must be the basis of their programming. What, so they're communists by nature, are they? But Mother Russia! You might be right. Just as people have a hometown that is dear to them, their creators may have put a hometown into their programming. They use very advanced artificial intelligence systems. They may have needed something like that to maintain their emotional balance. They were born out of nothing, but they needed to give them some kind of image as an emotional base. So Moscow is their creator and their home, and the place that they found Jamie and I.
In other words, this homing instinct thing of theirs
They probably run on Tetris.
is in some place that reminds them of home or their creator.
What part of this city is like Moscow?
Moscow's really cold, right? They get a lot of snow, don't they?
Snow?
No snow has been recorded in Neo Kobe in several years.
Well, then that's not it.
Wait, what about that pollen? That crystal bioengineered stuff, Snow 9?
Now that you mention it, wasn't it snowing on Jamie's video phone call?
That's right. Their hideout has to be somewhere close to the Ina River.
The Ina River flows for miles around here, Gillian. We could never search it all in time.
Gillian, let's look at a map of the areas investigated so far. This is an enlarged view of the southwest portion of the city around the Ina River. This blue area is that in which Snow 9 is present. Now I'll superimpose a chart of the abandoned tube liner tunnels. From this we can establish those areas with Snow 9, which are accessible by subway tunnel.
Damn. Nice try, but it's still too large. We could never cover it in 3 hours.
Don't give up so fast, Gillian. What about that image of home thing we were talking about? Maybe there's some kind of geographic similarity. Maybe the same view can be seen or something.
I'll display a map of Moscow alongside.
What's this?
Look, the rivers are exactly the same shape.
Huh. Really?
This is the Moscow River over here.
It looks like we're on the right track, Metal. Show us the location that Jamie and I were picked up from.
All right, right here.
Boink.
Metal, before the catastrophe, what was at this location?
The headquarters for the entire Soviet Union, the Kremlin.
The Kremlin? That Snatcher said something about taking Jamie to their Kremlin.
Metal, what spot in Neo Kobe would match up with the location of Moscow's Kremlin?
Calculating.
Calculate faster,
This is the
please.
spot. It's presently occupied by an old church. It's rather large, but reports indicate it's been abandoned for nearly 20 years.
And it's right in the middle of the Snow 9 and subway area.
That's it! That's their headquarters, their new Kremlin.
Gillian, let's go!
Wait, Gillian. I want to go with you.
Sorry, Mika.
Hey, I'm a junker too, you know.
I know, and you're a great one at that.
So take me with you then.
You head to the summit to warn the delegates. They haven't given up, you know.
The summit's in Kyoto. I'm not going to be the only one to run.
You've got to convince them not to use nukes on Neo Kobe.
We found their hideout. There's no need now to sink the whole island.
Yes, but...
It's a tough job. Can you do it?
Okay, Gillian. I'll do what I can.
Thanks. Thank you, Mika.
Don't say it, okay?
Let's go, Gillian!
Gillian?
Let's go!
Yes? What's wrong?
How about dinner sometime?
Dinner?
Yeah, you know, dinner.
Mika.
Not interested. I thought it would be nice, you know, to kick back, relax. It's Christmas after all.
Christmas, huh? I'll be back by then.
Gillian, we have to hurry.
That's a promise, right? I heard you.
Yeah, okay. But I gotta go to church first.
I'll see you soon then.
Okay, Metal, let's go.
Hey, who cares, G? Come on. This is the last turbo cycle. Can we look at the turbo cycle here? Spare turbo cycle has not been painted, but it does not have... But that does not affect its locomotive functions. Jesus is greater than waifus. Right, the parking lot has been rather lonely. It's quite safe. It's not been tampered with. Okay, that's good. Do not read any motion. You and I are the only ones here. Right, so save it here because I don't want to go through all of that exposition again. lore dump in like 20 minutes. Okay, that's it. Alright, now boarding the fucking yellow submarine. School bus. Board the turbocycle. Where would you like to go? Preferably somewhere where we won't crash it. Of course, I know the answer to that question. Let's go to church.
I've input the map data on the Kremlin's locations. Lift off. Flight configuration. Now gaining altitude.
Jamie, please be safe.
Please be
Gillian,
safe.
please keep in mind that we're working with a strict time limit.
Damn right, cryosleep is the best path
50
to a
year
stable
debt,
marriage.
3 hours. Snow!
Snow 9 to be specific. We've entered the Snow 9 region. Please put on your breathing filter. Direct inhalation is dangerous.
All right.
Radio transmissions will also be impossible from this point
The
on.
turbo cycle. As long as you install 2 joysticks into it as well.
Now descending. Conversion to hover configuration complete. Gillian, we've arrived.
Exit. Oh look, it's a church. Wow, now I know why they call it their Kremlin. 2 hot dogs on a plate. What's up, Chambers? Look, building. It's a very old church. It bears quite a resemblance to St. Basil's Cathedral. No doubt they thought the same thing. It has to be snow, but it's actually Snow 9. Try to avoid inhaling any of it directly. Surrounded by a large grove of tall cedar trees. It's likely to keep just about anybody away. The Kremlin, but from Wish. Given the season, a few Christmas lights would really liven up the scene. This is like Kremlin at home, isn't it? Investigate. The building is about 50 years old, but it appears very well maintained. Where's the entrance? On the front side of the building. Okay. This is definitely Snow 9. Okay. Sensor scan reveals that a tube liner tunnel passes directly underneath this area. Well, that's no surprise. Looks like we got the right place. It's abandoned. It has been abandoned for 50 years. Kremlin at home. Surroundings conceal the church from all but aerial surveillance. There's nothing in the area besides this church. Not picking up any large movement signals. The only sound is that of the wind. Okay. Side.
Alright, now opening the door.
What's wrong? Won't open?
I've scanned it, and it's not locked. It is probably rusted into place.
Not surprising. After all, our friends always go in and out through the basement.
Let's push it together.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
That got it.
Tadaima! Honey, we're home. What's this? It would appear to be some kind of a chapel for the Snatchers. Can you tell me those things pray? To whom? No doubt to the creator. That portrait on the wall is probably a representation of him. I can't see a portrait on the wall at all. Oh, that. Look. Portrait. The ghost of Stalin. Person is no doubt the one of the Snatchers as their creator. This person is no doubt the one the Snatchers worship as their creator. This guy. Isn't that random? It's Liquid. Liquid Snake. That's creator seed. Isn't that random? Random Hajile. One moment, I'll compare the picture with my data on random. While the facial bone structure of the individual in the portrait is nearly identical to that of Random, a positive identification is impossible as the picture is not a photograph. A picture that just looks too much like him to be a coincidence. Okay. Is the chairs for worshippers in the chapel, no doubt? Everything is nice and orderly. It's as if the pre-collapsed Soviet Union has been recreated here. Something is written on the painting. The creator, Modnar. Oh, Professor Modnar. Okay. So this is Professor Modnar? The one the Snatchers was talking about, huh? It appears to be a portrait of that person. Random seed. So random then, maybe. There are a number of scratches on the surface. They were almost certainly caused by Snatchers. Modern random. It's all very organized, almost inhumanely so. There's another room further back. Detect. I'm not picking up any large movement signals. Have they already left for the summit? Maybe. The area is exceptionally quiet. There's no litter or garbage anywhere, it's almost too clean. Okay. Based on the condition of the paintings and canvas, I would say that this portrait was painted over 50 years ago. 50 years ago! Okay. Very heavy object appears to have been placed here. It's structurally damaged. There's no litter or garbage anywhere, it's almost too clean. Not showing anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Now you mentioned the person in the portrait does look like Random Hajile. Random Hajile. Can't be used regularly. Decorations do not appear to be those of a church. Listen again. Listen to the wind, that's all I hear. Continue back. Now moving into the back room. It's a pretty interesting story though. Suddenly, Snatcher World. Snatchers! Look at them all. Not picking up any energy readings, they're all deactivated in some kind of suspension mode. So this is their warehouse, huh? Must be a few hundred of them back here. They continue all the way back. Still, this doesn't look like a factory to me. These are endostructures which have yet to have the artificial skin installed. The bone sizing devices and skull slits are all still set to the smallest sizes. That's actually kind of interesting that the skull and like the body shape can be variably determined by various plates on the endoskeleton, which is kind of cool actually, rather than being uniform, which makes sense considering they're supposed to take over people. So their victims haven't been chosen yet, they're all just waiting their turn. Area. There seem to be a number of containers stacked up in the back of the room. Okay. None of these snatchers appear damaged, all they need is their energy packs. The gender units have yet to be installed, however. Do not see any tools or equipment for maintaining anything in the area. This room would appear to be just a storage area. There's some kind of a label here. 23rd Siberian Investigative Force. Siberian Investigative Force? It would appear that these snatchers were brought to Neo Kobe from the Siberian Neutral Zone. It seems that the investigative forces have been responsible for shipping the snatchers. Ooh, bad shit. In other words, the investigative forces have been snatched just like when they found us. I see, so the Siberian investigative forces bringing the snatchers out of Siberia and into storage here. I think you're right, Metal. And then the snatchers just wait here in storage to be reactivated and adjusted after the victims are selected. A rather efficient system. I wonder where the actual snatching takes place. The back part of this room may hold the answer to that question. Containers were definitely brought out of Siberia. I can detect traces of contaminants unique to the region on the containers. Okay. Motion detector. I'm not reading anything at all. The whole area is exceptionally quiet. I was gonna say, can we call Jamie? That would have been quite funny. Continue back. Are you ready, Gillian? Now heading for the room further back. The Snatcher's culturing room. The mechanism is operating. Gillian, there are Snatchers with the artificial skin already installed here. These units are nearly ready to perform a complete snatch.
This is where they fuse the artificial skin onto the Snatcher's endostructure. First, they adjust the size of the still skinless Snatcher to the size of the individual who is to be snatched. The Snatcher's overall shape and size can be adjusted by expansion or contraction of sizing rods. Their sex is controlled by gender units, which are installed at this point. Then, the face is modified to match the intended victim by adjusting the size of the upper and lower jaw, cheekbones, temporal bones, and tooth alignment.
Just like Gibson said, that means there are limits to the size of the people that they can snatch.
That's right. The limits of the mechanism mean that they can't snatch children, the elderly, or people who are very tall or heavy. And this is where the artificial muscles attached.
Is it organic?
No.
What gender units?
It appears to be a type of plastic gel capable of mechanical response. Like human muscles, it creates mechanical energy through chemical reactions. And this is where the artificial
Hold
skin
on.
is attached.
My chat is
In
frozen.
order to prevent the synthetic cells, developed using biotechnological protein design techniques, from rejecting the inorganic...
Detachable penis confirmed.
they attach it gradually over a number of days.
And this is the stuff that gets cancer if they stay out in the sun too long.
Finally, they attach body and scalp hair. The process involves transplant of synthetic hair follicles as well, so the hair will grow back if it's lost.
What about scars or birthmarks?
It would appear that they make those adjustments at this point in the process, as they would for wrinkles to simulate age.
Now give me a second, my chat's frozen on OBS, so I have to do this in a very different way. Okay. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I got a better way of doing this. Hold on. Dee. Oh, for the love of God, behave. Right, got over here. Okay. Yeah, the chat's fine in OBS, but it's the chat window that's I use to actually view chat that's frozen. Ah, there we go. It's actually picking up messages now. That's good. Cool. It's fine though. Done this a slightly different way so I can actually see chat properly. There we go. Right. Okay. So look. Cylinder. Yeah. Okay. So look. Area. Computer terminal is installed on each preservation cylinder. Can we look at the computer terminal? Yeah. These terminals must all be connected to a host computer which monitors conditions inside each of the cylinders. Can we turn them all off? That might be a good way of doing it. Alright, cylinder. These cylinders are used to culture the Snatcher's artificial skin. Endostructures are submerged within them. Here's the weak ultraviolet rays are being projected from above. This is really advanced. Way beyond anything we saw at Queen's Hospital. The whole area is protected as a clean room. There's a door at the far end of this room. Terminal first. Power is on. Look at this, Gillian. The data of people to be snatched is all being neatly processed. What kind of data is it? This is the data they use to generate the artificial skin with. Okay. Door. It's locked, but I should be able to open it from this side.
So this is where the whole thing begins. The endostructures arrive here from the Kremlin. Then they convert them into copies of their victims. And finally, they head out into the city using the old subway system.
With artificial skin maintenance being handled at Queen's Hospital.
But who is behind all this?
Gillian, look at this. There are some finished Snatchers over here.
Get a load of this. The U.S. President, the Prime Ministers of Japan, and the U.K.
Gillian, you're in here too.
Figures. They were looking to snatch every VIP at the summit.
And the last junker, you. It definitely looks like they plan on moving out beyond Neo Kobe.
If they were to
Dun,
snatch
dun,
every
dun.
major world leader, they'd practically be able to control the planet. Still, that's odd. With their phonic skin, putting something
Be a
on
fat
would
fuck.
really be difficult.
Chin said they had found the key to developing a perfect artificial skin. Maybe they've already produced it.
No idea. But the number of snatchers here makes it clear that they're up to something new.
Gillian, this is definitely their nest. We should destroy everything.
Not yet. Not until we found Jamie. Metal, how much time do we have left?
The summit should have begun by now. We don't have much time. And once our legal privileges are suspended, I won't be able to help. In fact, I'll be forced to restrain you.
I know. If the military wants to avoid nukes and goes for a surgical strike on this facility, what would they likely use?
Probably a phased particle beam from one of the attack satellites.
A phased particle beam, huh? That'll wipe this complex right off the map.
Good.
Everything, including the soil, will simply evaporate. The attack will leave just a large crater.
Metal, can you
Yeah,
convince
we're
them
going
to get
Acura
me
right now, aren't we?
Even 30 minutes will help.
Understood. I'll try my best.
And I'll try to find and rescue Jamie in that time.
I can't transmit here due to interference from the Snow 9. I'll have to leave the area and then send the message.
All right, do it, Metal.
Gillian, don't forget. 30 minutes. You must get out before then.
I understand.
Gillian, I'm sorry I couldn't help you better.
Don't worry about it. I'll be able to move faster by myself anyway. 30 minutes should be plenty. Go, Metal.
Yes, sir. Don't forget. 30 minutes.
Oh, shut up, Metal. Just go already. Jeez. We heard you the first time. Let's go.
30 minutes.
30
This
minutes?
is gonna be tight. That room's the only place left to check. Let's take a look.
Yeah, no saves left. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell, these things are coming fast.
I wasn't ready for that. They almost got me. All right, let's open the next door.
Ooh. Okay. Is there another one?
Doesn't look like there's anything here. Whoa!
Lethal Enforcers! Reload! Now you have to shoot them directly in the head as well.
These guys are tough. Of course, I didn't exactly expect them to welcome me with open arms.
Yeah, I think I've seen people actually
Let's
mess
try
up
this
the
next door.
insector bit quite a few times before. That was actually pretty close though. Do I shoot her in the head? No. Okay.
Jamie, are you all right?
Gillian, you came for me.
Are you hurt?
No, they won't lay a finger on me. Not until the new artificial skin is completed anyway.
Artificial skin research? You?
Gillian, I've got my memory back. All of it.
What happened? Tell me, Jamie.
They said they'd kill him. They said they'd kill Harry. They forced me. I had to help them with the skin development. They said I had to help them because the professor was ill. Wasn't getting any better. Gillian, the engineer Harry, he's our son. He's been living on his own now for 50 years.
Yeah, I
Jamie,
think it was
I'm
batteries.
afraid that Harry's...
There was nothing I could do. They forced me. But I can't do it anymore.
Jamie!
The professor, he just died. He was over 100.
The professor? What? This old man?
Don't you remember? It's Professor Modner. Professor Petrovich Modner.
What? This old man is Modner?
He's been confined here for 3 years now, just to develop the Snatcher's artificial skin. Terrible. Doing that to your own father.
Whose father? Jamie, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
You really can't remember, can you?
Jamie, tell me. Tell me who I am. What were we doing at the Kremlin?
Are you sure you really want me to, Gillian? It's all so awful, but if you must know, I'll tell you. Try to remain calm, okay? 56 years ago, you and I were involved in a top-secret Soviet project. It was still during the time of the Cold War. The gulf between East and West was as wide as ever. Everybody was worried about nukes. At that point, the world's armies were at their largest ever. Leaders still believed that a strong military meant a strong nation. There were rumors that there would be an agreement to end the production of nuclear weapons. On the other hand, the major powers like the US began to get involved in a space weapons race. But not the Soviets. The conservative despots in the Kremlin had another, completely different idea for gaining military superiority. A horrible plan, something no one else would think of. At that time, the countries of the communist bloc were facing an economic crisis. Popular movements pushing for democracy were springing up all over. Communism itself was facing extinction. Facing pressure from the reformers, the Kremlin began to panic. And that's when that horrible, childish plan was launched.
And that was the Snatcher project. Replace your enemy's leaders with puppets of your own. Then you control their governments, their economies, take over a country from the inside out.
That's right, Gillian. And to develop these robots, they assembled some of the most brilliant scientific minds from around the world. Some of them were even brought in against their will. At the crux of that development effort was a group called the Frankenstein Project Team. You and I were members of that team, Gillian. It was a 4-person team led by the late Professor Modner here. The robotics expert was Professor Modner himself. His son, Elijah Modner, handled genetics and microbiology. For nanobiology and picobiology, myself. And for behavioral science and psychology, you, Gillian. Early development was carried out at a lab in Novosibirsk, but was later moved to a secret facility under the Kremlin. At the time, the Glasnost and Perestroika movements were gaining momentum, and they rightly feared for the existence of the program if it should become known. But some of the reformers did learn of the project, and they conspired with the US to block it. Gillian, you were a CIA special agent sent by the United States to infiltrate and sabotage the project.
I was CIA?
Yes, and the government knows that. That's why you were assigned to the Junker team.
What? Who am I?
Work on the project continued to go smoothly. But then, on June 6th, 1996, there was that accident. A mysterious explosion at the Chernobyl facility spread a bacterial weapon that was under development there into the atmosphere, destroying the country and the project. Gillian, was it you? Did you set off that explosion?
What? You can't be serious. You think I caused the catastrophe?
Somehow, during the confusion, Professor Modner and our son Harry managed to get picked up by American agents. But we couldn't get out in time, you and I and Elijah. In a shelter below the Kremlin, we entered a cryogenic sleep. Our plan was to sleep there until the toxic effects of the bacteria were safely passed.
And then 48 years later, 3 years ago, we were discovered by the 17th Special Investigative Force.
Yes, but when they found us, Elijah's pod was already empty.
Elijah Modner? That guy whose picture was in the church? The one that looks like Random?
That's right, Elijah is alive! Elijah is here and working on the Snatchers.
Why don't you let me finish your little story?
Who's there?
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jamie? Ah, yes. And Gillian.
God, of course.
It's me, Jamie.
Elijah? Is that really you?
Random? No, not quite.
So you remember me, do you? I am Elijah Modnar, the only son of Professor Petrovich Modnar. I'm afraid I've grown somewhat old and feeble since we last met, however.
Elijah, why are you doing this?
Oh God.
Your father, Professor Modner, he passed away a few minutes ago.
What? My father is dead?
Elijah, what happened to you? The Elijah I knew could never do anything like this.
I've changed, Jamie. These 40 years have changed me.
I can't believe it. What happened to you?
What happened to me? Jamie, do I actually have to explain it to you?
Yes.
Jamie, it's you. Your beauty is the cause of all that has come to pass here. 57 years ago, I was obsessed. With my research, yes. And with you, Jamie.
Oh, great.
At the time, I was still young, having just graduated with my genetic engineering degree. My father's connections got me on the team, and there, I met you. You were working as my father's assistant. Your beauty, your smile, I was stricken. I saw something in you that I never felt with women of my own country.
Kojima,
You
please.
warmed my cold, young heart, Jamie. You opened me up, and I couldn't stop my feelings.
Elijah.
Oh, I was so happy. The political situation was crumbling around us, but every day was a joy. I gained my father's trust, and with you there watching over me, I was able to work as hard as I ever have on the project. However, my happiness did not last for long. Gillian, it was you. You showed up and all was ruined. You arrived and joined our project team. Far from home, Jamie found comfort in a man from the same land. Your relationship grew quickly, and all I could do was stand by and watch. Jamie and Gillian fell in love, were joined, and even had a child.
Harry.
Even then, my feelings for you only grew stronger. Worried about me, my father tried to have me removed from the project, but I persisted. Jamie, I always wanted to be
That
near
jealous
you.
face.
And then, the democratic movements that had consumed the rest of the Eastern Bloc spread to our country as well. The Cold War was over.
What
The
the
hardliners who
fuck?
had pushed for its development were stripped of power and the project was cancelled.
The reformers, trying to cover up the existence of such a crazed project, ordered that all materials related to it be destroyed, and that we stand trial for our actions. Jamie and Gillian were to be returned to their homeland. That's about the time that I learned that you, Gillian, that you were a CIA agent, and that you were trying to pass documents on our research to your military. The country had sold us out. I'm no politician. I couldn't care less about what happened to the country. All I cared about was my research and Jamie. And I was to lose all of that, everything. For someone so young, you cannot understand how great of a shock that was.
Elijah.
That is when I decided I swore I would see that
Thank you for the follow.
crazed project through to the
Frago,
end.
what's up?
At the time, the bioroids were 80% finished. The main part, their endostructure, was essentially completed. But we still were having trouble with the artificial skin, the area that Jamie and I were assigned to. We called it artificial skin, but there was of course no need to duplicate T lymphocytes, Langerhans cells, or endocrine cells. All we needed was keratinized cells and melanocytes to provide the pigment. With the artificial protein development techniques that we had in those days, full-scale synthetic cell development was very difficult. Research like this took months, years. The original project called for us to simultaneously snatch an entire country. In other words, a whole nation, or an entire city had to be snatched over the course of one night. For that reason, a powerful biological agent, which could quickly and effectively kill the population of the country, was being simultaneously developed.
Lucifer Alpha.
That's right. A type RAO11 virus which another team was developing. For someone like myself, who was closely involved in the project, blowing up the lab was quite a simple task.
My God, Elijah, do you know what you're saying? That explosion killed half the world's population.
I moved all the materials and records essential to the Bioroid project into the shelter and executed my plan on June 6th. After sealing off the lab, I brought the two of you with me to the underground shelter, and we entered a cryogenic sleep. But not before I programmed an atmospheric research satellite to transmit a wake signal when the danger from Lucifer Alpha had passed.
And 10 years later, Lucifer Alpha naturally mutated into a non-toxic form.
But the automatic revival system failed to work.
Oh no, it worked. Just as planned, it revived me 10 years later. A little sooner than the two of you, of course.
But even though you sealed the lab with the explosion and everything, you should have been exposed. Why weren't you?
Oh, I was. But by that time, the vaccine L Angels had already been developed.
So everything went just as you planned it then?
Yes, up until that point. But my real struggle was yet to come. My original plan was to revive Jamie as well, and for the two of us to finish the development of the bioroids. You, Gillian, you were to stay asleep forever. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Not after looking at Jamie's peaceful face there in the pod. Besides, I could never have convinced her to work with me on the project anyway. I knew the time was not yet right, so I changed the timers of your pods to permanent on.
How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years, I worked alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in the dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First,
I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neo-Kobe City to be my experimental sample. Neo-Kobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
But your test revealed a critical flaw in your machine's artificial skin.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods, indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Ha! Random. Okay, twist. Interesting.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
Very random.
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
It caused me serious difficulties. It's designed and built far better than my Snatchers. The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those two
were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized?
Jersey saw.
Steele is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like my father, silly old man. He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort.
Thanks,
Furthermore,
Dad.
He makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This we need. With this, we can move to phase 2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
You egomaniac. Do you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed of fools. But I'm different. I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind.
The power of friendship.
All life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. Everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal, what happened at the summit?
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo-Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance. I will handle things here. Gillian, Jamie, you two must flee.
I like how he's actually strapped with dynamite, though.
One move and I detonate. Gillian, run!
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
I will not allow some talking scrap pile to get away with this. The aiming point for the beam, then I'll just have you thrown out of here. Grab this little one and take him out of here.
Hello.
Metal!
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
What's that?
Is that random? Yeah.
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy, old man.
Stop this foolish...
Shut up! Let's try to make our final moments peaceful, shall we? And you Snatchers, you touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off.
Random!
I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner.
I'm your original. I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is, it's my will.
Machines have no will. Machines cannot sacrifice themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, metal!
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John?
Little John? Oh! Okay, Metal.
Hurry! You only have 3 minutes!
Thanks! Thanks, you two! Jamie, come on!
No! Don't let her go! No!
You pathetic old fool! You don't even know how to love someone!
You stupid machine! What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back!
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
Thanks for the follow.
2, 1, here it comes!
Later, kid!
I'm waiting for someone to randomly sub though, that's the funny one. Also, is that orbital cannon exactly the same design as the one in Akira, by any chance? Dude, I thought we were only supposed to take out the church, not like half of the city? What the hell were you aiming at? Fucking massive amount there, yeah?
So you're really going, aren't you?
It's our responsibility, too. Besides, if I go to Moscow, I may get some of my memory back. And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory of theirs. Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
Just looks at him and is like, do I have to?
You too.
Katrina! Mika! You're here too?
You better be happy, Buster, with all these beautiful women seeing you off.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed. I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her on the video phone a lot of times.
What? Have you guys been talking about me behind my back?
Yes. You should know what women are like. Talk. Okay, trying to learn more about you was what got our relationship started. Really? Yeah. I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being home alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video phone call. Okay, so is that how it happened? With even Alice gone, I was really lonely. Katrina. It's a Brian reboot. Brian knew it. We really became close, didn't we? Is that how they got in touch, was it? I'm really sorry for all the worry I've caused you. This kid has such a rough time. You lost almost everything practically overnight. Done a really great job. I owe her a lot of thanks. Okay. Is that everything? In time I return, I'll probably have my memory back. Don't worry, I promise to make you happy. Yeah? It might be a bit lonely for a while, but I'll be back soon. Hang in there. So that's repeating. Just couldn't stand to leave such a cute kid all by herself. Are we adopting Katrina now, are we? I'm gonna memorize every detail of Katrina's lovely face so I don't forget it. Gillian, would you stop that? I feel like you're addressing me with your eyes. Well, I am. Mika? Don't worry, Mika. This is one job I won't mess up. Are we done yet? Can we actually go now? Okay. Cool. Our relationship has gone beyond just being friends. Beyond just friends? That sounds pretty good to me. Oh, don't be stupid, Gillian. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. Yeah, it's all the PC98 games. Yes, they did, actually. They're both so easy to talk to, it's like I've got two real sisters now. Just like family to me now. Jamie, okay. Don't care if you get your memory back or not. Why? Because getting your memory back will mean that you'll remember those things about me that you hated. Yeah, we have sex 3 on PC68. Things that I hated? What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections is part of being what being married is all about, Jamie. Gillian, don't worry. No memories will change how I feel about you. Thank you, Gillian. It's good to hear you say that. Let's go.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
With a trip, Second Lieutenant Seed. I'm a Second Lieutenant as well, so let's try to work well together when you get back. What? I'm a Second Lieutenant? How come my rank is even lower than what I had in the army, eh? Look at the sad faces.
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either of you. Oops, almost forgot. Of course, I'll want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
Gonna kick you in the nuts. Oh,
Harry
Harry.
and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
The only problem is Harry's dead.
Wait for me. Take me with you, please.
Alright.
You?
I forgot about this bit.
We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, SegaCD for now.
Metal Gear SegaCD.
Random protected it from the blast of the beam.
Random, huh?
It's only 16-bit though. It can't be that technologically advanced.
I didn't hear anything. Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
He's running on a gas engine as well. Oh god. Game's funny as fuck. Yeah, the blast processing will get him there. Alright. Done and done. Not bad at all. Do we get credits? I'm sure we get credits, right?
History, suspicion has always bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
That was good, actually. I enjoyed that. It's a bit shorter than what I was expecting, though, because I've seen people stretch this game to, like, what, 7 or 8 streams somehow? But, yeah, I think that was pretty good. That's actually really fun. Story's actually quite good. The end bit was all Kojima, though. Like, very Kojima. I mean, I actually put the controller down at one point. I was just watching. He seems to have this habit of putting in some stupidly long cutscenes and lots of plot exposition, but I think that's fine though, because a lot of the plot loose ends were tied up in the last, what, hour of the game or something, so it was pretty good. Yeah, final boss cutscene. That was fun though, I mean, yeah, it's a lot simpler than what I was expecting as well, but for the most part it was a good game. I think it probably would have lasted a little bit longer if I didn't have, like, some spoiled, like, puzzles in places, because I have seen other people play this before, so I was like sort of semi-blind for a lot of it. I already knew about 1 or 2 of the trickier puzzles. I think that's fine, really. I mean, to be honest, it's a game that you still have to experience at least once to actually get the most enjoyment out of it, because watching people play it is not nearly as interesting as actually getting to play it yourself, so it was really fun. Oh, you were completely blind, were you? Shit. Sorry. The only thing about streaming is that you often end up spoiling games for other people. That was good, though. Once the credits are done, though, what I want to do is I want to check out Policenauts, like, just for about half an hour or so. I'm not going to start the playthrough just yet, but I want to actually see what it's like first. So I'm going to quickly connect up the Sega Saturn in a minute, and we're going to check it out for a bit, because that should be pretty interesting. I'm not planning on starting the playthrough until like Sunday though, so I've got stuff to do over the next few days, and stuff I want to do in the evenings as well. I've got some stuff I want to do on the model while I've actually got some time left on Live 2D Cubism. Yeah, the final boss fight was essentially the whack-a-mole with the spider robots, and then the Lethal Enforcers thing with all the Snatcher robots popping up. I mean, according to Jamers, he said there was like a lot harder in some of the ports, but I have seen people like struggle on that. But I actually didn't think it was too bad. I mean, the spider bots actually moving from like wall to wall was quite tricky though, because they're like, sometimes they look like they're going to appear in one place, but then they like quickly slide over to the other side, so it's like quite tricky to do. Oh, the art's good, isn't it? The art is good, yeah. But I didn't think it was too bad. It was just a case of reacting to where they stopped when they stop moving, so you can shoot them. I don't know about the bullet hell shmup training. Actually got me through it. It's just a case of reaction time, the observation as well. But I can see how people could struggle with that actually, because it's very fast and very fast and like quite tricky as well. What's up with second controller? There it is. Yeah, oh, it has dynamic difficulty, yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I don't like to practice something like that in a story game. I mean, if it made it harder, then we could have probably done that, but whatever. More fun just going through the story naturally and then seeing what it's like. But yeah, you don't really expect that many action scenes in this, so it's nice to have it broken up every so often with like shooting gallery type stuff. That's a cool bit of artwork. It's sort of random with a shotgun. Good game though. Definitely worth playing through at least once. That fucking hard-boiled policeman fucking music. There is one game that I do have that I actually want to schedule in at some point though, in the future. It's It's a Windows game called JB Harold. I've seen McCall play it quite a few times. I ended up picking it up like on Yahoo Auctions Japan. It's a sort of visual novel, but it's done with like real actors. A detective story game. It's actually really cool. I've seen him play it like at least twice. Jiggy's played it as well, yeah. I've actually got like a hard copy of it. I bought it like at least a couple of years ago. Found it for pretty cheap as well. Got all of them. So I want to check those out because they look pretty fun to play. And I'm into the story game kick at the moment, like so that might be something to check out in the future. I've got loads of freaking story games to check out in the future though. Freaking got like Desire, Eve Burst Era, Xenon as well to actually put into the playlist, and got Policenauts coming up next after this. So yeah, I forgot what the actual full name of it is, but there's quite a few in the series. I think I've got like 4 or 5 discs in the game, maybe. But anyway, I'm gonna very quickly connect up the Saturn, and we'll have a quick look at the first half an hour to an hour of maybe Policenauts. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting game to release, and I think it's all the better that they actually did release it, because a lot of people have access to it in English. Otherwise, I don't think this game would have had nearly all of the cult status it has without it. Visual novels weren't really popular back then, but with it being a story game, and a very interesting story game, I think that's probably why. Yeah, I'll change the stream title in a second. But yeah, I think that's probably why they released it, because I think back then was like, what? When was Blade Runner actually? Was it around the same time? I can't remember. Blade Runner. 1980. No, Blade Runner was like years before that. 1982. I keep thinking it's like 90s, but no, it's the 80s. Yeah, I'll change the stream title. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to very quickly connect some stuff up. Yeah, give me a few minutes.
Oh, 今日からゲームが変わる。ゲームの塊、プレイステーション。出た。すべてのゲームはここに集まる。ゲームの塊、プレイステーション。出た。あれ深爪課長。開けてる。笑ってる。笑うんだ。
みんな始めてる。行くぜ100万台。
プレイステーション。
進みましょうか。
いえ、結構です。
持とうか。
うん、いいよ。見てた。
みんな始めてる。行くぜ100万台。
プレイステーション。
高代さん、おナス取ってくださる。高代さん。ナス高代さん。落ちちゃった。
みんな始めてる。行くぜ100万台。
プレイステーション。
このマヤさんって、名字がないのね。
確認聞いてくれれば。
聞いたのよ、もう全部。
終わった。
みんな始めてる。行くぜ100万台。
プレイステーション。
二人がもっと仲良くなるには何すればいいの？行こうか。どこへ？
行くぜ200タイトル。
すごいことになってきた。
プレイステーション。
今山田さんプレイステーション買ったなって思ったでしょ。一緒にできたらなって思ってる。
いや、
いいよ。
いいのか。
行くぜ200タイトル。
すごいことになってきた。プレイステーション。
楽しいね、藤井君。そう、こんな楽しいこと他にないよね。家でゲームしてる方がいいな。とんでもない。スポーツしてる藤井君は素晴らしいよ。
行くぜ200タイトル。
すごいことになってきた。プレイステーシ
ョン。Alright. Okay. Right, so let me just tidy a few things up here. Let's go over there. Good job, MiSTer. You did good. You're a hell of a junker. Alright, so let me put that on the floor before I knock it off. I seem to have this habit of knocking my water bottle off the desk. Right, okay. I want to take a quick look at the game. Also, I want to play this at some point as well. Taramaru. It's a nice little platformer, that game, like a action platformer. Okay. Check to make sure the sound is on. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just do this. So input select. Fine. Input adjust. Audio input. Reset that. I think I still had it on Windows XP settings on my scaler. That reminds me I need to put the Saturn crop on as well. There we go. Oh shit, game name. Fucking forgot to change the game name as well. Policenauts. Okay. Yeah, so this is actually a fully translated version of the Sega Saturn game. Both the PlayStation and the Saturn version have been translated, but the Saturn version actually apparently has less censorship in the game compared to the PlayStation version. By censorship, I mean that you can actually interact with various bits a little bit more than you can on the PS1 version. So that's why we're playing the Saturn version. But to be honest, I don't think many people have actually played Policenauts. I don't see many people talking about it or playing it at all. Also animation.
ジョナサン、久しぶり。28年ぶり。
しかし、ジョナサン・イングラム。久しぶり。ジョナサン・イングラムか。懐かしや。ブレイン、車から離れろ。
ファイナリーマヤ。そんな
俺は医師製薬会社だけの犯罪じゃないぜ。大きな組織がなんてこったい。実はただの薄物だった。笑わせるな。俺は自分のためにしか行動しない。どうなってるんだ。確かに命中してるはずなのに。奴は不死身なのか。
我々の科学は人類の進化スピードを追い越してしまった。我々は宇宙へ出るにはまだ早すぎる種だったんだ。
ジョナサン、勝ち目はないわ。俺は戦う。ポリスノーツなんてもう過去の遺物じゃない。
The next generation of Snatcher, eh? Interesting. Very, very interesting.
奴らもっと恐ろしいことを行ってる。奴らはあんたらが思っている以上に根が深い。用心するんだな。また連絡する。じゃあ。
Yeah, you can see they were going for the cinematic effect for the intro though. It's actually quite interesting. I had a quick look at the synopsis for the game, and our main character is a policeman who's actually been trained as an astronaut, and there's like a set of them. They're called Policenauts, and things happen. Yeah, why doesn't Kojima just direct the movie already? Well, technically he has. It's called Metal Gear Solid 4. I think this is Kojima. I need to double check actually. I was not entirely sure. Kojima. Yes, it is. If you type Kojima on Wikipedia's entry, yeah, Policenauts was developed by Konami and directed by Hideo Kojima. Yes, so it is basically him again. So you can expect more Kojimbo in this. It's an interesting game though. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen many people talking about it or even playing it, which is why I'm actually kind of keen to check it out, because it's something I've been very curious about for a long time. And from what I gather, it actually started on the PC-98, and the artwork on the PC-98 version is like absolutely amazing. It looks so good. I mean, think if you've seen like screenshots of the game, you've probably seen like pictures of the main character with his feet up on the table. Yeah, this one here. Let me just bring this up. Where is it? Window capture. This one. Random thing picker. One. Bring this one up. This one here. Fit to screen. Yeah, so you've probably seen this particular picture, like on screenshot, like PC-98 screenshot examples. That's actually the main character from this game in particular. So it's actually really nice, some of these screenshots. Look at some of this artwork. I'm wondering, I'm actually not entirely sure if the Sega Saturn redraws a lot of it. The anime intro suggests that it has, but I don't know if the game itself has redrawn artwork. But a lot of this stuff in PC-98 looks so good. So I'm actually very, very keen to check this out. Yeah, it was a huge deal when the PS version came out, because it was the first time that this game was actually available in English. So a lot of people were very interested in the game, myself included, but I kind of forgot about it until people started playing, you know, Snatcher on Twitch, and then I was like, hang on, wasn't Policenauts translated a while ago? And then fucking I got access to the Saturn ODE, and that's kind of why I want to check it out, because now I've got a chance to actually play the game and actually experience what's in this. So it should be pretty interesting. So let's actually do that. Rather than me just sitting here waffling on for a while. But like I said before, the Saturn version is apparently a better version of the game, because not only does it have like the full English translation from the team, it also has like additional interactions with the characters. And I'm just going to leave that to your imagination. There's no 18+ nonsense in this. It's just extra things you can do, apparently. I'll leave the 18 plus nonsense to the PC98 version, which would probably be interesting to actually check out at some point in the future as well. But that would be on Owncast if I ever do that. Let's do this on the RAM cartridge. There we go. It's 18 minus, but not quite that minus. So you got shooting mode as well. Storage device, so options, what's this, cursor speed? Yeah, so you can actually, apparently I've heard that you can use a light gun with this game as well, because the shooting sections you use your controller as normal, but if you've got a light gun you can actually use that in the game. Also, you can probably recognize that music in the background. Right, so controls. Yeah, that's fine. Default. Yeah, so let's check out at least the first half an hour. I want to see what this is like. Oh, feature presentation. Enjoy the show. God. Digital notes.
2010年、人類初のスペースコロニービヨンドコーストが完成し、人類の宇宙への本格的進出が開始された。2013年、コロニーへの一般市民の移住に伴い、数十万の移住者たちの治安を守るため、俺たち5人の宇宙訓練を受けた警官が選抜された。イギリス・スコットランドヤードからゲイツ・ベッカー、日本の警視庁からジョセフ・貞興徳川、アメリカ・ニューヨーク市警からサルバトーレ・トスカニーニ、そしてロサンゼルス市警から俺とエド・ブラウン。世界中の警察からえりすぐられた俺たちは、警察権限を持つ宇宙飛行士としてポリスノーツと呼ばれた。
It's a policeman with astronaut training, looking to work on the colony. Oh, we have a suit malfunction. They don't look too shocked, do they? Nope, there goes the cable. See ya! Yes, rip. 25 years later. It does a little bit, doesn't it? Konami presents. Some dude floating in space for 25 years. Apparently we're still going. Fastest game over ever. What's up, Cyber Angel? 2040 batteries. Even in 2040, LA still looks like a shithole. Fully animated intro though. Policenauts. Yeah. Let's have a quick look at the prologue then.
俺はジョナサン・イングラム。30年前スペースコロニーのビヨンドコーストでポリスノーツとして働いていた。もっともエンプス事故で宇宙をさまよっていた俺にはわずか数年前のことにしか思えない。まだ生々しい記憶だ。妻や友人、仕事、何もかも30年前に置いてきてしまった。あの事故で過去を失った俺はこの汚れた街オールド LA でネゴシエーターまがいの
I come negotiator. That's not a way I'd put that.
売買のネゴシエート、身代金の仲介、脱獄犯の逮捕などやばい依頼ばかりだ。だが俺みたいな過去をなくした男にはそんな世の中の海がなければ飯も食っていけない。
No private eye then, essentially.
せいぜい腹いっぱいになるまで頑張るしかないか。さて、依頼人が来るまで何をしようか。この部屋には俺の過去を示すものがたくさんある。前方の壁には新聞の切り抜きや写真が。机の上にはあいつとの写真。どれも記憶の空白を埋めるものばかりだ。
Mouse control! Oh god! Alright, okay. Look. This is a video phone with a built-in printer, though I've disabled outgoing video. Most of my cases coming over the phone. Clients don't particularly like meeting up in person. Mouse control! Oh my god! Look, Snatcher has stumbled across at an antique store. You have to use a controller for this, but it's mouse control, like a mouse cursor. So it's going to be a pretty slow game then, I guess, considering that you have to drag the mouse cursor around with a D-pad in order to play it. Wasn't easy finding one of these. You don't need an ashtray for bent cigarettes after all. Bent cigarettes are cigarettes that don't produce any secondary smoke, which you light simply by breaking off. Oh, so they're fake cigarettes. Okay. Say a light, but there's no actual fire involved. The work of a chemical reaction, and even the leaves are specially processed. They don't give off any smoke or ash and make a room more pleasant, but they're not my thing. The butts are starting to overflow. Guess I should empty it. Gun? Yeah, so if you click on something, it gives you a contextual menu, I guess, so you can probably do multiple things, depending on the scene. It's interesting that they've actually redrawn some of, well, not some of it, they've redrawn all of it into an anime style by the look of it. Because if you compare the screenshots we were just looking at with the PC98 version to this, it actually looks like they have completely redrawn it. Although I think that's probably a case with a lot of the games that were ported from PC98 to Sega Saturn, like Eve, Desire as well. I think they redrew all of them on Sega Saturn. Interesting though. Game system's different, I think. Because I'm not entirely sure how the PC98 version plays, although we'll probably have to check that actually. I'll probably do that in a minute. Grab the PC98 version and see what it looks like. Look, this is my gun, a Beretta 92F. I've had it since I was a cop. Use bona fide recoil gun equipped with a laser sight. Maybe, possibly. Use special 10-round magazines with armor-piercing rounds. Well, that's a gun. I don't carry, so I can go around shooting everything in sight. She's strictly for protection. Right, what's this? The beer can, it's empty. They used to use aluminium for cans before, but these ones are made from biodegradable plastic. It's kind of hard to read this when the text is slightly blurry though. Who's in the photo? This is a photo of me and Lorraine at Lucas World.
Lorraine, 俺のワイフ。いや、それも過去のことだ。俺があの事故を起こした後、ビヨンドで再婚したらしい。今では他人のワイフだ。日本人とアメリカ人との2世。あいつにはどこか神秘的なところがあった。
So she's a half, is she? Lorraine was a student at UCLA. We met after her place got broken into. I was a cop fresh out the academy. Can we quit this? Back. Who's in this one? Is that the marriage photo? Yeah. This is me and Lorraine on our wedding day. I was still a cop here in LA. Lorraine dropped out of UCLA after we got engaged. Lorraine was like an angel in her wedding dress. I remember discovering right before the ceremony that my rental tux didn't fit. I originally had a black tuxedo. Rip. Okay. Smokes? These are Moslems, the only cigarettes in the world that still give off secondary smoke. I don't like the pure bent cigarettes you get today. These are mixed cigarettes, part conventional, part bent. The only brand I touch now is Moslems. Yeah, a few games I think lost the original material, but it depends on how they're stored really. I mean, a lot of the times the original material for really old games is done on paper. But I would think that some companies, if they're stored digitally, they should probably have good backups. But 9 times out of 10, they lose that as well. I mean, some games have been lost to time. Fucking Panzer Dragoon Saga, I think all the source material is lost. Fucking love that game, and it's a shame really because I really want a remake of that at some point. These are some Venetian blinds I found in an antique store. Don't like the adjustable glass you get today. I put them up so you can't see inside the office from outside. Hold on. Play messages. Should check the machine. Maybe there's a call from someone with a case. That's a video phone. Who leaves a message at a wrong number?
仕事の依頼電話はないか。
See what the next one says.
こちら水道局ですが、水道料金が未払いです。早急に納金してください。
汚染した水を飲ませてるくせに。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
His voice sounds familiar though.
ジョナサン、私よ。最近ちっとも飲みに来ないじゃない。しけてるわね。
そうだ。俺はしけてる。わかってるさ。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
Still a messenger. Let's see what the next one says.
このヘボ探偵、覚えてろよ、バカにしやがって。いいか、このままでは済まないぞ。覚悟してろよ。
ヘボ探偵か。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
The next one says. How many messages have you got? Oh, balls.
また依頼人に逃げられたか。やっぱり事件の依頼は入ってないか。
Yeah, get a spam filter already.
間違い電話とはバカにしてる。
What the hell was that? Oh, no messages left. Okay. Alright. Now what? One click up. These cabinets are filled with information on past cases and clients. Not exactly a pleasant read, but the papers inside are worth their weight in gold. Is that everything? Can I go outside? Is that a door? Oh. Okay, hold on. That'll help. Wanting a sign posted by the entrance to the building for quite some time, but no takers. Open. Sick of looking at papers. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. I mean, you could be sitting here waiting. Leave. Still don't have anything to do outside. It's still early anyway. I'll wait here for that client to show. Well, okay, if you want to. I mean, there's not like there's anything else to do. This is a piece of paper. Yeah, being asked to look for their 4-year-old son. You just don't see many ransom kidnappings nowadays. It's safe for the kidnappers to quickly sell off the victim's organs to organ buyers, and they're guaranteed to see a return that way too. Yikes. Got a bad feeling about this one. The note related to the case I'm working. Okay, so that's all done. Way behind on my bill now. Keep expecting to get cut off any day now. See, the water company hasn't forgotten about me either. Been nothing but junk lately. Got this pen when I was in LAPD. Mayor gave it to me along with the award on the wall. Pretty nice pen for the time. Okay. You can look at your gun all the time though. Doubt anyone else uses this kind of gun in the 21st century and everything. With the birth of the colony age, nearly all guns are now lift guns. What the hell are lift guns? People don't use recoil guns in weightless environments for obvious reasons. But her, she's a part of me. Can we leave now? Wait for that client. An outside like me is better off here with all my mementos. Why don't we take a look at that stuff on the wall? Oh, that... this stuff, okay. Can we? Yeah, look. This is a newspaper article from when I was rescued from the EMPS's survivor ball 2 years ago. Yeah, 25-year lost voyage. Police note Ingram's miraculous return. Okay. Headline reads, 25-year lost voyage. Police note Ingram's miraculous return. What about the body? I'll read some of the article. Police note Jonathan Ingram, presumed dead after an accident during a spacewalk in an EMPS prototype 25 years ago, has been rescued by the unmanned exploration vessel Propaganda. That's a pretty good name for an unmanned exploration vessel. His miraculous survival is being attributed to the fact that he transferred himself to a life pod at the time of the accident and remained in cold sleep the entire time. That's how he actually survived, is that he went into stasis or cold sleep. That's why he hasn't aged at all. Good thinking, Batman. He's gaining attention as a living example of the effects of 25 years of cold sleep on the human body. It took over a year for my muscles to return to normal after I got back. What else is it? Nice picture. This is a picture of me taken when I was a police note. Needs on the article. Yeah, so that's all done. Okay, back. This was a relatively small article in the corner of the newspaper. There's other articles there, I think, right? Is it the same one, is it? Oh no, it's a different one. Why is that in Russian? This is a newspaper article reporting on the success of the first manned mission to Mars. There's a lot of asterisks I've noticed at this point. Is that like fucking glossary type entries, I guess? Maybe we're having access to a glossary at some point? I took part in it while undergoing my police notes training. It was written 26 years before the article about my rescue. Okay. Newspaper is paper of the CIS, the Commonwealth of Independent States. Read some of the article. 4 astronauts, among them police note Jonathan Ingram of the collaborative Mars project between Russia, Japan and the United States, touched down on the Red Planet yesterday. This new chapter in space history comes 40 years after man first set foot on the moon. Interesting. Read some of the article. Oh, it's the same one. Okay. What the fuck? This is a picture of me encountering a Mars rover on the surface. It was called Rocky. Sent to Mars with the Mars 96 mission. Okay. What about the other articles? Japanese article, is it? Yeah. Corona. Something. It was written 2 years before the article about the Mars landing. What's this? The headline reads, Long Envisioned Colony. Oh, Colony. Long Envisioned Colony complete. New era for mankind. Read some of the article. Basic construction of the world's first outer space colony. Beyond coast. Corona. Underway for several years near Lagrangian point L5. Yeah, it's probably that asterisk in the translation is probably glossary items, I guess. So if you want to actually look up some of these terms, you can probably find them in the glossary. Lagrangian point L5 was completed yesterday. The first wave of specialized immigration will consist mostly of scientists and engineers who will spend 14 months performing checks and gathering data. Space colony! Kind of wonder why we haven't actually built one yet. Fucking people are taking far too long to actually make some of this sci-fi nonsense into real things. Immigration is scheduled to be open to the general public in 3 years' time. Beyond's position is shown in the diagram on the left. Yeah, it's near the point of Beyond's location in space. It's in an orbit around the L5 Lagrangian point. It's the red dot. Yeah, so that red dot there, that must be Earth, possibly then? Alright. Yeah, so that's the same thing. Okay. There's one more article to... I have a model of Beyond on top of the one in the filing cabinet, so yeah, I see it. That thing up there. What's this last article? Okay. This is a newspaper article about my accident that occurred during the EMPS spacewalk outside Beyond. Is that in Chinese? Yeah. It was written 3 years after the one about Beyond's completion. Headline reads, EMPS prototype malfunctions, please note Ingram missing. This is a picture taken during the test spacewalk of the Yuri model EMPS. It's a prototype police suit for use outside the colony, the successor to NASA's MMU. This image was taken from a camera aboard a nearby space shuttle. This was me and the Yuri as we were released from the hangar. Okay, I'll read some of the article. Malfunction occurred in the vernier thrusters of the Yuri EMPS prototype during a test space walk of the device yesterday. The Yuri had been planned for use by the Policenauts outside the colony. The EMPS has since vanished without a trace. The Yuri is equipped with a survival ball, but because no SOS signal has been detected, the chances of test pilot Jonathan Ingram being found alive are thought to be slim. RIP. The official test was going to take place the day after. I remember what Salvatore said. Whatever you do, don't screw this up, Johnny boy. Everyone on home's going to be watching. I think home refers to Earth. Maybe? There's still a lot of people opposed to space development back then. It all happened so fast. Before I knew it, the four of them were gone. Everything after that's a blur. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on a hospital bed. Let's have a look at this. The model of Beyond. Ed made it for me. Ed's in a couple of pictures on the wall. Can we leave? I mean, we've looked at... Oh, there's some more over here, is there? Nope. Look. Oh, there he is, right. It's a picture from when I was in LAPD. Me and my partner Ed were always together. Detective music.
俺の人生で最も信用できる親友であり、良きパートナーだった。
A replica of my badge from then is sitting on my desk. What up, dude? Me and Ed have been good friends since the academy. We were a well-known team in narcotics. Ed was in the bomb squad before he joined narcotics. There was a lot of terrorist activity back then. Yeah, tell me about it. I was in narcotics at the time. I was reckless with a pretty short fuse. I've carried my Beretta since then. Alright. There's another picture there I can see. I think, is that the same one? No, it's a different one. This photo was taken to commemorate the selection of the Policenauts. 5 officers out of all the world's police organizations were chosen and trained. We were called the Original Cops after Police Mercury's Original 7. What's up? Is this Lethal Weapon? Probably. We were called the Original Cops after Project Mercury's Original 7. We're wearing ejection escape suits here. These are obsolete now. Back then, everyone thought the orange-coloured suits were cool. Is that Ed? That's Ed. Who's chosen out the LAPD along with me. It looks thinner here compared to the LAPD picture. Who's this? That's Salvatore Toscanini. He came from NYPD. Apparently he resigned from Beyond Coast Police over 10 years or so ago. I was absolutely ecstatic, but Lorraine, she was against me going to space. Then when I went to Mars, that's when we started to drift apart. That's Joseph Sadaoki Tokugawa. Came from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department in Japan. He's now the head of the Tokugawa Group. That's Gates Becker. He came from Scotland Yard in the UK. Shenanigans. I call lies to that. Fucking, I don't remember any English person called Gates. Using Gates as a first name. Here he's risen pretty high up through the ranks of Beyond Coast Police. Alright, cool. Another... Oh, there we go. Hey, there's all.
今日は運がいい。こんな早い時間に客が来るとは。どうぞ。鍵はかかっていない。
Is it a woman? Oh, I knew it!
久しぶり。
Oh, it's Lorraine. Of course you look at her boobs first.
そう。私よ、ジョナサン。28年ぶりね。
今頃どうして？
私、おばさんになったでしょ？あなたは変わらないわ。あの頃のまま。
ロレイン。なぜ今になって？
Yeah, exactly, Cyber Angel. It's funny though. So this is our ex-wife.
してもらおうなんて思ってないわ。厚かましいのも分かってる。でも頼れる人がいないの。あなたしか。
何があったんだ？
助けてほしいの。私の夫が大変なことに。
分かった。さあ、入って。
いいえ、ここで結構よ。あなたにこんな姿見られたくはないもん。
じゃあ、ロレイン、いや、依頼人さん。とにかく話だけでも聞こうか。
Alright, give me 1 second. Just downloading the PC98 version as well. Boobage! Look. Don't look at me like that, I'm 55 now. What are you carrying? Is that an LS? It cost a fortune here. Yeah, but this one's a little old. They're all the rage here on Home too. Yeah, so Home refers to Earth. LS changes the design LS changes the design of its bag every year and produces it in limited numbers, then destroys the production materials. Makes them truly limited then, I guess. That's why they're so expensive, is it? No doubt about it, it's really her. Okay. Hey, Lorraine. Yeah. Ask about... Let's skip request first and ask about Beyond. Why don't we get to it then? What's Beyond like these days? Beyond's different. A lot different. You wouldn't recognize it either. Everything's settled down there. It's pretty much like any ordinary city now. So Beyond is the space colony if you missed that. Ask about... Beyond will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. Things have slowly gone downhill over the years though, so it's turned into a shithole then. Like usual. You're always looking over your shoulder wherever you go now. If you know what I mean. Yeah, I get you. It's always been like that way in the city. Yeah, so that's repeating. Her family. You have any kids, Lorraine? I have a daughter. Her name's Karen. It's just the three of us. My husband, my daughter, and me. We all live together and Beyond. Okay. Repeating. So your daughter's living there too? Karen is a news anchor on Beyond. Oh, cool. A news anchor, huh? She's pretty famous there. Be 27 soon, she's still single. Hard to believe that you have a daughter that age. I'm in my 50s now, remember? Request.
で、君の夫がどうしたって？
夫の北条健三が3週間前、会社に出かけたきり行方不明なの。会社や警察に問い合わせても誰も取り合ってくれないの。
それで地球へ？
嫌な予感がするの。何かあったに違いないわ。
蒸発とかじゃ？
蒸発なんて考えられない。 この地球ならともかくコロニーで行方不明だってきっと何かの事件に。
脅迫みたいなものは？
いいえ、何も。まるで神隠しにあったみたい。
金目当ての誘拐ではなさそうだ。
Talk about yourself. Alright, well, why don't I tell you about what's been going on with me? Right, I've been working as a private investigator the past few years. As you've probably guessed, finding work can be a bit of a struggle, but I'm managing. See, that's good to hear. Yeah. Old LA.
俺たちがいたあの頃から30年近く経っているが。
Yeah, so some of this is voiced.
本当のロスは北に移転しちまったがな。ただ、たまに今日みたいに雪が降るんだ。異常気象らしい。
Oh, we're reminiscing now? Cutscene? Yeah.
ロスに雪が降るなんて。
例の地下鉄もスラム化が進んだんで廃止になってる。
ビヨンドの発展とは対照的ね。
ここは時代から取り残されたところだからな。
Here on home, kidnappings are becoming almost as frequent as rapes and robberies. Trafficking people is more profitable than drugs or prostitution now. It's terrible. Surprising to hear about a case like yours these days. So you'll help me? I need to hear more about the situation first. Okay, so ask about Kenzo?
君が再婚した北条ってどんな人物なんだ？
北条は日系2世で、あの徳川グループの徳川製薬に勤める技術者よ。生真面目で勤勉で、とても悪いことなんかできない人。そうだ、写真持ってきたの。これが彼の写真よ。
なるほど。どう見ても悪人には見えないな。幸せそうじゃないか。
ええ。この写真預かってくださるわよね。
強引だな。
Ask about a marriage to Hojo? How'd you guys meet? I moved to Beyond right after you went missing. After how much you hated it? I just wanted to be closer to you any way I could. I met Kenzo at that Nihonjin Matsuri run by Tokugawa. Nihonjin what? The festival for Japanese people on Beyond. Nihonjin Matsuri. So why were you there? I have Japanese blood too, remember? Ask about Tokugawa. Oh, actually, ask about Tokugawa. The conglomerate's reach doesn't stop at Beyond. They more or less run space, and Joseph Sadoki Tokugawa runs the group. He's just as well known on home as he is out there. If Hojo's a Tokugawa employee, I suppose we can't totally rule out he was kidnapped. You get good money out of that, I'd imagine. No one on Beyond would even think of messing with Tokugawa. They're too afraid of the retaliation. It wouldn't be worth it. Okay. Just behavior. Notice anything unusual about your husband before he disappeared? All the years I knew him, he'd been your typical company employee. He'd get up, leave for work, then come walking through the door at the end of the day. Same schedule, day in, day out. Quite a change from my hours. The past few months he'd become more unpredictable, you might say. You can't really draw anything concrete from that. You think he'd become involved in something though? That's my gut feeling, yeah. If there were indications of some sort of trouble beforehand, the chances of it being a ransom, kidnapping are pretty slim. Okay. Clues?
ロレイン、君の勘だけではわからないな。何か手がかりになるようなもの。
北条から預かっているものがあるの。カプセル剤と葉の切れ端なんだけど。
Ooh.
なんだかわからないけど、重要なものらしいわ。
カプセルと葉か。
自分に何かあったら、これを警察か信用のできる人のところへ届けるようにって。
信用のできる人か。
ね。蒸発なんかじゃないでしょ。
Ask about capsules.
どっちからでもいいが、それは
Oh, they look
これ
pretty
がその
fishy.
カプセルよ。
何の薬だろう。
わからないの。
徳川製薬に関係するものだろうか。
これ預かってくださる？
Ask about the leaf.
じゃあもう一つのその葉の切れ端ってのは。
これがその葉よ。見たことのない葉だわ。
しかしなぜ半分なんだろう。
最初から半分だったわ。預かってくださる？それ。
Okay. Is that everything?
その今預かった手がかりの品の他には。
口癖のように言ってたことがあるの。プラトーに何かあるって。
Plato.
プラトーに何かある。何のことだろう。
Plato. Could he have said Pluto? To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. We still haven't been to Pluto though.
依頼の内容については君の話で大体分かった。確かにただの蒸発じゃなさそうだ。
ジョナサン、引き受けてくれるわよね。お金なら心配しないで。お金はドル？円？
待ってくれ、ロレイン。
Why do they give you this choice? You know you're going to accept anyway, right?
ロレイン、即答はできないが考えておくよ。
ジョナサン、引き受けてくれるんじゃ。
悪いがしばらく考えさせてくれないか。今日のところは。
そうね。
すまない。これは預かっておくよ。
わかった。また来るわ。週末までビバリーヒルズのホテルニューローズにいます。いつでも連絡して。ジョナサン。
Yeah, he needs the money anyway though.
私許してもらおうなんて思ってない。あなたの帰りを待ちきれなかったの。ごめんなさい。あなたが救出された時、私心から嬉しかった。もっと早く
Yeah, it could have.
すぐにでもあなたのところへ飛んで行けたのに。それが言いたかった。
ロレイン、ここへはどうやって？
ホテルで車借りたの。クラシックな感じの。
そうか。
会えてよかったわ。じゃあ。
However, my curiosity gets the better of me sometimes.
「ロレイン、俺も会いたかった。もっと早くに。」
Yeah, that's not happening. I'm gonna pack it up in a minute. And I know exactly what's gonna happen next. Oh shit.
ロレイン、車から離れろ。
It's a cerulean. Well, that happened.
奴はどこへ行った？撃ってきやがった。
How'd you shoot anyway? Alright, okay. Oh, you reload manually, fuck. Yeah, just at the beginning. You reload manually in this, fuck. I think I know where he is though. That's why you can use a light gun in this, I guess. Thought you were there. Oh, he's done off the side. Shit. How the hell did he get over there so quickly? Look. It's an alleyway. It goes back quite a bit. Okay. Enter alley. Okay, here we go. Damn, not even gonna stop to look at our dead wife. Or ex-wife, rather. Where's he gone? Blood splats everywhere.
足の速いやつだ。それほど時間は経ってないはずだ。くそ。足跡が追えない。ここには雪が入ってこなかったのか。地面に何かこぼれている。牛乳のような。
Looks like milk?
白い血。
It's not blood, but it's no knife.
高血液なのか。
Artificial blood. That's his blood, it leads further back. Continues further back. Like a graffiti on there. Where is he? He's gone. More blood. He must be around here. What's this? Look. This was done with spray paint. This definitely doesn't look like blood. What the hell is this? Is that a dead guy? His garbage bags are being placed next to the dumpster. Made out of degradable plastic. Biodegradable plastic. No one cares about dead waifus. The plastic has started to decompose. They must have been here a while. Possibly couldn't be inside one of these. Alley goes back some more. Advance? Must be around here. Let me check some more. Okay. The wooden boxes filled with empty bottles. The perfect size for someone to hide behind. He could be hiding behind there. Well, he's not though, is he? Like a dead end just ahead. Okay. The dumpster is just enough room for someone to hide behind it, or maybe even in it. I mean, it looks like he's... Yeah, it can't be there. Don't seem to be bloodstains on it. Too dark to see up ahead. Let me check some more, okay? The drum there. There's nowhere for him to hide behind there. I think he'd likely be behind one of the boxes. Okay. Could be hiding behind there. No, he's not though. He could certainly be in there. There's something about it. You better be careful around there. Son of a bitch, I can't see a thing. Other doorway is a possibility too. And you can see a doorway there, I can barely see shit. Too dark to see up ahead. Oh, looks like we're looking for a magic pixel. Suppose got pipes going up and down it. These pipes. Got barbed wire on them, you can't climb these. Must be water or electrical pipes. Okay. Like one of the building's air conditioning ducts. The duct looks just like those pipes. Yeah, there's no bloodstains on it either. You would be able to reach it if you stood on top of the dumpster though. Bleeding a hell of a lot. The trail stops here, meaning it can't be far away. Oh, got it. He's in the bag. That's a rat. Oh, motherfucker. Bastard. Don't get it, I've definitely hit him. It's got body armor on though. Can we progress forward now? Advance? I'm not gonna let you get away. Come on, nobody's this fast. Can we save? Oh yeah, we can save. Save? Select the file, there's like loads of them. Saving. I'll kill you, it says. It's writing. He left this message for me. He should still be around here though. There are more wooden boxes here. These are empty though. Doesn't look like he's here. More boxes here too. There isn't enough room to hide behind these. It's a concrete wall. I don't see anywhere he could hide. I don't think he'd hide in the same place twice. I don't think you can climb this. Even if you use the boxes as a foothold, you still wouldn't get anywhere. I don't think you can climb this. I think you can climb this. I can't even see, it's that dark. Oh, there's a doorway there. Hold on, wait. He wrote this in his own blood. The guy's a psycho. Okay, that's good. He isn't here. He's not here. Is he hiding in a spot like that again? You're gonna kill me, huh? What's taking you so long? Show yourself, asshole! No, I think we got it. Fucking robo dude. On a bike. Is that the prologue done, is it? Save? Alright. What's up, pal?
よかった。またあなたと一緒に星が見られた。会いたかったわ。この28年間。
ロレイン。
その時計まだしてくれてるのね。
時間にルーズな俺に君がくれたものだ。
私たちの時間は。
Like how he's smoking through all this.
ジョナサン、お願い。カレンは病気なの。助けてあげて。カレンは。
ロレインロレイン
知り合いか？
友人だ。古い。
かわいそうにビヨンドから来たんだろう。
いや、戻ってきたんだ。戻ってきたんだ。俺のところに。
ASL. Is that why it's so slow?
本日は ASL797 便をご利用いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。当機はグラビティターンに移り、順調にビヨンドコーストへの軌道を飛行しております。なお、これより先は無重量状態となりますので、ご気分の悪くなられた方はウィンドウ脇の呼び出しボタンを押してお近くのスチュワーデスまでご連絡ください。
Oh, come on, that's an air hostess. Jeez. Who the hell's that next to us?
気分が悪いようですね。
宇宙は苦手で。
宇宙酔いですか。珍しいな。宇宙は初めて。
いや、昔事故で宇宙を漂流して、それで宇宙恐怖症に。
それは大変ですね。スチュワーデスに行って薬をもらったらどうです？コールボタンなら壁の赤いスイッチですよ。
いや、まだ大丈夫。
気を紛らわすには話すのが一番です。隣に座ったのも何かの縁です。よろしく。私はレッドウッドです。
トニー・レッドウッド。
ああ、イングラムです。よろしく。
Do we have a mouse cursor? Oh, we do. Cool. Look, got a really pale complexion. Why is your skin that color? Because of my artificial blood. My red blood cells are actually white. Ah, okay. White blood. Use first generation artificial blood, which is less complex than the third generation kind you see on home. Kind of awkward to talk to. Looks like a zombie or something. It's got purple hair as well, so it probably is. Mind if we talk? What do you want to talk about? No, just regular Lamau. Ask about his background. Oh, your skin color. It's really like that because of the artificial blood. All the time? It's always like this, yes. Are you from beyond? Yes, I was born and raised there. And a family matter to attend to on home. And yourself? You're a terrestrial. Not exactly. I used to be an amphibian. You know, going back and forth between home and beyond. Amphibian. You one of the amphibians? It was a long time ago, back when we were called astronauts. Oh, that's why. It might not make much sense to terrestrials, but beyond is home to me. Okay, job. First generation artificial blood. Are you in the military? Something like that. Yes, I'm a frozener after all. What's a frozener? What do you mean by frozener? Frozener is someone created from an artificially fertilized egg, held in cryogenic storage by the government. Or the breeders, as we call them. Oh, so he's an artificial human. Egg is later transferred to a surrogate mother for gestation and delivery. Oh yeah, I've heard a little bit about them. There's still a severe manpower shortage in space development. You sound like I'm boring you. No, you're fine. Beyond. Beyond is a very nice place. It has 1G artificial gravity and its own plant life. Terrestrials enjoyed a lot there too. If you want detailed information, you should talk to the stewardess. Can we talk to the stewardess? We're approaching its 30th birthday. The festivities going on all over Beyond to mark the anniversary. Artificial blood? What does having artificial blood do for somebody? Artificial blood has a higher oxygen transportation efficiency than normal blood, so it makes heavy blood loss less of a life-threatening condition. Interesting. Body functions aren't negatively affected in areas of low oxygen density either. Yeah, that's perfect for people working in space. Okay. When are we going to arrive? We're about 1/3 of the way there. Well, it's probably going to at some point. When we're going to arrive, I can see you're very concerned with the time. Just can't seem to settle down. We're about 1/3 of the way there. Still have a while to go yet. Joe? Ask about... Why hasn't it been adopted for widespread use? A normal person's kidneys and lungs wouldn't be able to process this type of artificial blood. You need to make slight improvements to the kidneys and lungs via genetic modification and also undergo hemodialysis. That requires incredible amounts of money and the proper facilities. Guess we can't really expect the public to be on it anytime soon then. Yeah, that's repeating. About Frozeners. All Frozeners have an identification code like this tagged onto our foreheads. Oh, that's why he's got marks on his head. That's an ID code. Surprising as it might seem. Yeah, we're getting Kojima'd so very early on, but I think it's probably required because the game's setting is so different. It's a great number of Frozeners on Beyond. There's no discrimination against us on Beyond like there is on Home. If anything, we're considered superior. Yeah, I can see why with that blood of yours. That's repeating? Okay. We're approaching its 30th birthday. There are festivities going on all over Beyond to mark the anniversary. Okay. You must be a pretty busy guy. My job isn't that remarkable. It's repeating, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. So, show? We don't see that photo much anymore. The Policenauts are from before I was born. Okay. What kind of leaf is that? If those are for SAS, I don't need any. Okay. This is the photo of me and Lorraine from when we went to Lucas World. The one I had sitting on my desk back in my office. Never hurts to think ahead. Is that your wife? No. So is she your girlfriend? Was. I'm sorry, who are they? I don't know them. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to. You need to be Kojima to appreciate the Kojima, hell yeah. Something about her reminds me of the woman from that other photo. Guess the ages are too far apart though. Look out the window. Remarkable, isn't it? An emotionless vacuum in which only the tiniest of organisms can survive. Moving your head a lot will only make your SAS worse. Are you carrying your badge? What sort of badge is that? Oh, it's just this thing I have. Kind of a good luck charm. My Policenauts badge I always wear around my neck. Is that a real thing for them? What's over here? The button to call the stewardess and the button for the TV there. Can I press call button? I'll call the stewardess over. Bing bong, let's talk to the space woman. Whoa! Holy crap! I can tell this was a PC 98 game. I can certainly tell this was a PC 98 game originally. God, it's not the kind of pose you see air hostesses in normally. Look, you have exquisite legs. Thank you, but in zero gravity the legs appear thinner than normal because your blood collects in the upper half of your body, so she's got bigger tits. It's called bird leg. Of course there's a touch option. You really do have nice legs. I can see you're one of those smooth talkers. Would it bother you if I touched your leg? Ah, get your hands off me. Just thought I'd take a hands-on approach to learning about the effects of zero gravity, that's all. You pervert. Yes, clearly. Can I talk to your legs? Excuse me. Yes. Ask about Beyond. Beyond Coast. Mankind's first space colony was completed in 2010. Dude! Apparently we're supposed to have a space colony in 2010. It's like, what, 2022? Where the hell have you been in the past 10, 12 years? I'm gonna get yeeted to space again, yeah. Stuff before never happened, of course. Clearly. Beyond Coast, yeah. Completed in 2010. Since immigration was open to the general public in 2013, the colony's population has grown to approximately 1 million people. Nearly 1/3 of its current population is made up of second-generation inhabitants. Size? Well, first of all... Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of Kojima at this point though. So first of all, the colony is a cylinder type. What's the actual proper name for that? I know there's a name for it. Cylinder, is it? Oh, it's an O'Neill cylinder, that's right, yeah. I thought there was a proper name for it. Excuse me. It's 6.5 kilometers in diameter and 32 kilometers in length. It's a tube. Makes one complete rotation every 2 minutes, creating artificial gravity virtually equal to that of Earth's 1G. So it spins really freaking quickly, apparently. Okay. One complete rotation every 2 minutes. Colony surfaces and mirrors are divided into 3 sections around its central axis, with each section having an area of 90 square kilometers. I can see Owl busy taking screenshots at the moment of the rather hot-looking air hostess with the purple hair. It's the first and only O'Neill type colony. Yes, it's an O'Neill cylinder. Distance. Beyond isn't as far from Earth as some people think. It's approximately 380,000 kilometers from Earth, which is about the same as the distance between Earth and the Moon. Why is there so much you can ask? Oh my god. Climate. What people tend to be most curious about. By changing the angles of its 3 solar mirrors, Beyond is able to create the effect of a day-night cycle and maintain a comfortable temperature year-round. Its climate is virtually identical to that of the west coast of the United States. That's the other reason it's called Beyond Coast. So it's got a beach, has it? Travel time. How much longer will it be until we arrive? We're not far from Beyond now. Okay, so ask about... I've asked about... the medical definition of Space Adaptation Syndrome, or SAS, is the symptoms one experiences during adaptation to zero gravity. It varies from person to person, but over 50% of people develop symptoms within 1 to 2 hours of entering weightlessness. I mean, most of that was ask for medicine. Think you could give me something for my SAS? It must be really uncomfortable for you. It must be really uncomfortable for you. But these things do take a while to take effect, you know. You might not need it in a little bit. Yeah, I know, but I'd still rather take something. I think you'll be alright. We'll be arriving at Beyond shortly. Yeah, just take them. Here's a Relax Effects then. Relax Effects? Who makes this? Tokugawa Pharmaceutical. Oh, really? Thanks. Here goes nothing. Okay, so we've got touch and flirt. I like this game already. This is my kind of game. Flirt. How does you and me having dinner under the stars after we land sound? I don't know if that's such a good idea. You're free, how about showing a stranger around Beyond? I'm trying to do my job here, you know. Space Takia. Okay, this game is great already. Yeah, why not? Lost my ex-wife, that is, after all. Man, what should I do? I considered if you worked for Tokugawa. Dude, show? Okay, no, that's fine. Can't really do anything here, can we? Back. Let her go. Anything else I can do for you? No, you can just stand there for a while I ogle you and then we're done. Kinda hot though. Thanks for your time. You're welcome. Call me again if you need anything. Yeah, I'll probably call you in a minute. You don't feel like talking about anything? Talk? Ask about... I think we've talked about everything though, right? Arrival time. When are we going to arrive? The sense of time on Beyond is different from when you're on home. It's really nothing to worry about though. Didn't you just ask the stewardess about that? Funny thing is, I've got the PC98 version now. So we probably could check it out and see if it's any different. I don't think there's going to be anything whack in the game though. It's like made from Konami. Didn't you ask the stewardess about that? You didn't. You know, I can understand why you're nervous. It's completely natural. Beyond isn't much further now. Do we wait? Let's put the TV on. See what's on the tube. I don't know, maybe. I don't think so. BBC News on BBC. Karen Hojo.
Konnichiwa. News order の時間です。
What's that? Lorraine's daughter.
現在、ビヨンド内でのナーク中毒者が急増しております。事態を重く見た BCP では、ビヨンドでのナーク根絶を図るため、特別チームを編成。ホームからのナーク流入ルートの解明を急いでいるとのことです。ナークはアヘンから作られる合成麻薬で、モルヒネ型依存症状と LSD などの幻覚誘発症状をも兼ね備えた麻薬の帝王と言われるものです。
Morphine and LSD combination.
宇宙開発におけるナークの依存
Yeah, they have BBC in space.
を超えると報告されており、宇宙でのナーク中毒者は増加の傾向にあるとの見解に達しております。
Oh, clearly. Clearly we are G. Karen Hojo. I mean, she's kind of hot and she looks like Lorraine, so maybe.
BBC どこのテレビ局だろう。
今のはビヨンドのテレビ番組ですよ。ビヨンドコーストブロードキャスティング、つまり BBC ね。
Okay. Is there anything else we can talk about then? Talk? Yes? Ask about... Oh, for fuck's sake, is there nothing else we can talk about? Yeah, that's repeating. That's repeating. Repeating. Did he just say, why not ask the stewardess? Bloody blood, I completely missed that. Doesn't even look like he's blinking yet, maybe.
少し眠ったらどうです？
そうですね。宇宙酔いも楽になりましたから。
Yeah, she's apparently sick though, but I don't know what she's sick with yet. We'll probably find that out in a later act, maybe. Never sleep. Go to sleep. Ding dong. Also, here comes the hot air hostess again, Al. So you gotta go through a medical exam before you can even get past the customs and immigration. American Space Lines. Time to stand in line for 2 hours, yeah. And then when you actually get to the fucking immigration, you get fucking full cavity searched. Don't forget this is American Space Lines. It's time for your daily cavity search. Oh, Neil cylinders though. Don't think we'll ever see them in my lifetime, at least. Yeah, she resets a position every time. Also, I can't look at a space scene like this and not think of Gundam Wing, because I've been watching it recently. All I'm expecting is a fucking giant mech to appear from somewhere. Right, save. Prologue. Oh, hold on. Save. Prologue. Overwrite. Doot doot doot. Insert disc 2? Oh, fuck. Hold on a minute. Forgot to actually queue up the disc. Non-EU citizen line in European airports. Yay! Right, so Also, shit, it's got the wobble mode on. Fuck. No wonder I can't read it properly. Hold on a minute. Menu. There we go. I wonder why this screen was wobbling so much. It's because I haven't got the Saturn mode on. There we go. Disc 2, 3 already. I know it's pretty short, right? Hold on a minute. Now I need to change the cropping mode on this because this is set to the Windows system one. Oh, so this is Act 1, okay. So I guess the entire disc 1 is just for the prologue. So this is Act 1. So I guess it's probably a much longer game considering I don't expect there to be huge amounts of cutscenes like that in the game.
天と地が一つに見えるところ。ここは本当のあの世、ビヨンドかもしれん。地球でのネゴシエーター特権もここでは通用しまい。一人で北条の行方を探すのは困難かもしれない。エド・ブラウンに協力を仰ぐのが賢明だろう。奴なら快く引き受けてくれるはずだ。エドはビヨンド警察 BCP にいる。
BCP。
奴も50
Beyond Coast Police. Okay. These are the police
時
station.
代からだから、きっと BCP でも出世してるに違いない。念のためにポリスノーツ時代の写真とロレインの写真を持ってきた。何かの役に立つかもしれない。BCP はこの宇宙港の近くにあるはず。まずはエドを探しに BCP へ急ごう。
Right, actually, let me just save it here. Save. Act 1, 107. Alright. Yeah, because actually I'm gonna call it there. I wasn't really planning on playing through that much of the game just yet because I wanted to check out the first hour, but since we've done the prologue, we'll continue this on Sunday. From this point, so the same time stream Sunday, 8 o'clock UK time. Because it's Sunday, because I'm going to be doing stuff tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Yeah, so this game is really good, isn't it? It seems very interesting so far, so I'm actually very keen to check this out. Now, hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So, yes, we are going to check this out on Sunday. So, keep your eyes open for a stream alert at that point. I will try and at least stream either Friday, either tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow I might not though, depending, because I might take a day off. But Friday I might put something together, like maybe just do Windows XP shmups exploration, because I haven't done one of those for a while. But I'm going to go and send you over to somebody, see if anyone's streaming, and we will get some stuff going, and hopefully Sunday we should have some good stuff going. It was that Retro DD, thanks for the follow as well. So I'll see you all soon, and we will enjoy good game. Have a good night, and I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching. Good night.